coaches on campus. I've gone to dinner with a lot of the coaches on campus, and to be able to share ideas. And I'm anxious, just like all the fans are, on the decision that Hunter's going to make. And I think that everybody in the department looks forward to who the next hire is, and becoming partners and family members together.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
I'm not known as a guy who gets hand cramps when I'm writing checks.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Welcome into the Morning Rush on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Matty T, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning. Happy Tuesday to all you folks out there, as it is another day without a Razorback head football coach, even though there was a lot of smoke yesterday. All right, are you already tired of it?
No, I'm just tired.
Just tired, period?
Well, I just rolled in here. it was my shift last night. I was out at the Springdale Airport till about 4.
Yeah? Have your night vision goggles out there?
Just tired.
Mm-hmm. Your trackers?
Coffee machine broke out there, and I don't even drink coffee.
Man.
Yeah, I had my night vision goggles on, just watching planes.
Your eye black?
In. Yeah.
Sitting there and your black beanie on, just doing it.
No rest for the weary.
I'm telling you.
Been hanging since dusk last night at the Springdale Airport.
I am cracking up over this stuff, man. Yesterday was fun. Yesterday was just another day where it was so much smoke. And this time, I don't think I can take full blame for this, or even full credit. Because yesterday, of course, it started with Hunter Yurachek, the athletic director, putting out a cryptic tweet of just him saying #Hog1, which I assume is some sort of play on Air Force One and whatnot, because then he put out a GIF of a stealth bomber connecting and flying it together, and then that
that was a hog on top.
Yeah, and a hog on top of it, just sending into a frenzy. And then you started having
and everybody was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean?
It's like what it reminded me of.
He's hired Tom Cruise to coach the team.
Yeah, what it reminded me of, not to get political, but it reminded me of when like Donald Trump tweets out something of like his face on Rocky Balboa, and all these people start like writing articles about, okay, what does this mean? It's like, or it could just be that he wanted to mess with people. It's kind of what Hunter Yurachek did yesterday. He just sent out that GIF just to mess with people, and then
it was because of you.
I will take the credit, take the blame. However, I'm all for it.
You're not for blame. You want credit.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, whatever it takes to make this as entertaining as possible.
And that's what it is.
It's entertainment.
There you go.
And those of you who are freaking out and constantly like berating people on social media because it's not what you want, or you don't believe things and whatnot, you truly want to believe in the flight tracking, settle down. The flight tracking is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. There is no reason to believe that Hunter Yurachek is flying on one of these planes with John Fagg, going to these areas, and then if they end up hiring somebody, like, for instance, again, it was Lane Kiffin yesterday, that Lane Kiffin's on the plane heading back to the Springdale Airport.
Why would they land at Springdale when they got Drake Field?
Is Drake shut down? No, it's fine.
Well, sometimes they've used in the past, because Drake's always been the place where they hangar the U of A plane, the foundation plane.
Yeah.
That's where it's kept.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they'll slip up to Springdale if they want to keep people like you from watching what's going on.
People like me? Whatever do you mean, Tommy?
Well, I mean people like you that are
out there
tracking tail numbers. But when he hired Musselman, that was in a university plane.
Yeah.
I know that everybody's tracking all these others and the George family's plane and this corporate jet and this and that and all, some rich fool's just out flying around going to Boca from Northwest Arkansas on a business trip or to check on his beach home or whatever, and the world's going crazy over it.
Going to horse shows.
God,
Boca Raton. I mean, it is so out of hand, but it's so wonderful because as long as you can treat it as just sheer entertainment, you'll be fine. But yesterday, when you had that cryptic tweet by Hunter Yurachek, you had the tweets by a few of the former players like Kevin Richardson, like Dre Greenlaw, putting out like, man, Arkansas got him a good one. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. It's a frenzy.
So where are we at? Because I do believe Hunter Yurachek and his staff were out working yesterday.
I do believe
I
that,
do
yeah.
believe interviews and work was done yesterday. I do believe some candidates were eliminated from this search yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe all of this stuff that's circulating on social media was, I don't think the whole day was in vain. I think a lot of what people were focused on was the wrong stuff. Clearly a coach wasn't hired. Maybe they moved closer to that, but I think one part of moving closer to that is you got to eliminate some people from your search.
Yeah.
And some of the reports I trust, and listen, I don't have sources on all these campuses, but I know who I can read and trust, and I think you do as well.
Yeah.
I believe maybe Leach and Matt Campbell's price tag is out of the budget, and maybe they are no longer true candidates for this search, at least not the way it is now. That's one report that is out there that I'd put some stock in that.
Yeah.
Mike Irwin, who has been doing this longer than any of us, longer than many of us have been alive,
Longer than many of us combined.
tweeted that they wanted those two guys, Leach and Campbell, wanted $5 to $6 million a year. That took them out. Plus Campbell has a hefty buyout.
Mm-hmm. It's like over $10 million for that.
That he has to pay, which means the university has to pay. So that eliminates those. So part of this process is not just finding your guy, and which is ultimately the goal, obviously, but it's also eliminating candidates. Hey, I want to talk to this guy and find out what is possible. If Mike Leach is someone that I believe would be interested in this job, but if he wants $5 or $6 million, I don't know that. Listen, I'm a fan of Mike Leach being here, but not at $6 million.
No.
Not at $5 million. Yeah, no way.
I think you can go get somebody for that could have similar success for half that.
Well, I mean, I don't know that you're going to hire a coach for 2.5 or 3.
No, but if you got a guy for 3.5, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it just depends on who you're going after. But that's what we're going to talk a lot about today here on this Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready family tough Tundra, and the go-anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. We're going to talk about the coaching search and just kind of the updates on it and what we know, which is pretty much nothing different from yesterday, other than the fact that there were interviews, there were questions, there were candidates, I think, that have been vetted. Like, all of that's going on, but it's not groundbreaking news. It's just something that Hunter Yurachek and this administration are going through the process. And I will give kudos out to Hunter Yurachek. He's having fun with it, too. You could tell that tweet yesterday, he's having a little fun. But what I'm hopeful for, Tom, and again, maybe this is just me looking a little too much into it, it also seems that he's pretty comfortable with how they're handling it and how they're going about it and how it's going so far, at least, by putting out something like that. So at least he's having a good sense of humor of all that. Let's get into some quick-hitting headlines here presented by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, the True Blue Savings Event is going on now at Williams Tractor. Take advantage of 0% financing, cashback savings, and other year-end specials on select New Holland tractors, hay and forage products, and material handling equipment. Get in on all the True Blue savings now at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers.
Razorback basketball team is going to be back in action again tonight in Bud Walton Arena. Tip-off will be at 7 o'clock against Austin P. I always want to say Austin Pay, Tommy, but it's Austin P.
Austin P, the Governors.
It's nothing more intimidating than your nickname being the Governors.
Are we going to get to some Musselman sound? I don't know if did we pull any of that for today? The update on the AC sprain, the shoulder sprain for Mason Jones.
Yeah.
Yesterday we kind of raised our eyebrows a little bit about how injured he was. Following the game where he made the game-winning shot.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Musselman went into pretty good detail. You can see the whole thing on hitthatline.com.
Yeah, we'll get into a lot of that. And also
maybe there's more to it than we think.
Just as far as the injury goes, or just like saying stuff that like Clay was yesterday where it could be more than just an injury?
More to the injury.
Well, maybe so.
We'll hear the audio.
Yeah, we got to see how it goes
decide.
out. Yeah,
we report, you decide.
Yeah, just like this whole plane tracking thing. We report and you decide on it. But if you want to get on the conversation, call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963.
On top of your computer.
Yeah, and guess what? The lid was closed.
Good
so
for
we're
you.
all good. It's all right to give me a new excuse to buy a computer because I cannot use my vowel keys on this laptop. Lots of things going on in the morning rush. We'll get to more of them on the other side of the break.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
This is what Flo from Progressive sounds like in one of our many hilarious commercials.
And basic motorcycle policies start at just $75 a year. I know, right? Do you think I say I know, right, too often? I do. I know, right? I have to stop, don't I? I know.
And this is what that same commercial sounds like on your motorcycle.
I know.
Yeah, even our commercials are better on a bike. Progressive keeps you on yours. Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
It's time for some straight talk. You know those football players who are all talk, no show? Well, big wireless carriers aren't much different. Well, Straight Talk Wireless doesn't give you the hype, just the savings. For just $45 a month, you'll get the unlimited plan with 25 gigs of high-speed data, then 2G. No contract. All on the same 4G LTE networks as the big guys, but up to half the cost. Savings delivered right to your wallet. Only at Walmart. Savings may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Kohler & Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Just call 484-9888. And Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888. And online, kohlergreen.com.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. Fresh, fast, Jim's Razorback Pizza. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Jody'sAuto.com sells tires. Lots of tires. The best tire brands at the same prices as the Warehouse Club or Big Tire Chain Store. Price match guarantee. But at Jody'sAuto.com, it's the people. They know tires. They can help you find the best tire for your vehicle at a price you'll want to pay and financing. Free flat repair to everyone. Free road hazard when you buy 4 tires. Can't get that at the club or chain. But Jody'sAuto.com does way more. 3 oil change specials, 1 for every budget. 3 locations. 2 in Fort Smith, 1 in Van Buren. And they do everything. All services, all maintenance, all tires, even towing and fleets. One stop for everything, Jody'sAuto.com. Can't get any of that at the club or chain. Voted best of the best by their customers. Since 1984, one stop, convenience and trust, Jody'sAuto.com.
Deer season, duck season, and the holiday seasons are here. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear and gift items for all the seasons. Firearms, footwear, archery, waterfowl, fishing, cold weather clothing, workwear, work boots, casual shoes and boots, hiking boots, and hundreds of great gift ideas for the holiday season. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, your store for work and the great outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
If you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and want to be part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. Since 1997, Brent Higgins Trucking in Mulberry has been proudly delivering to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Brent Higgins Trucking, where you're a name, not a number. Contact them at 479-997-2366 or at BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
This is Mark Hurst. Late fall and early winter are my favorite times of the year. High school football playoffs, time spent with my sons at deer camping in the duck blind, and the holiday season begins. November and December are also great times to take advantage of any remaining dental insurance benefits before the first of the year. Give us a call today at 474-1972 and let us help you maximize your remaining insurance benefits. Or if you don't have dental insurance, ask about our dental discount plan. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush, streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. And follow us on Twitter at HitThatLineAR.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. I want to remind everybody that we do have our live stream back up this morning. We did have some technical issues yesterday, but we are back up and running on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and on our Periscope page. So for those of you who rely on that, we are back in action. So I want to remind everybody of that as well. We are the Morning Rush, brought to you by Pinnacle Telecom.
Had nothing to do with our internet, though.
No, it did not. It did not. It was user error over here.
But if we'd have had a problem with the internet, all we would have had to do was call Scott or any of the people over at Pinnacle Telecom. They'd have been right here to fix it. That's one of the great things about dealing with Pinnacle Telecom for all of our fast fiber internet needs here at the Morning Rush Studios is anytime we have a problem, we can get a live person on the phone in minutes. And You'll be on the phone dealing with the phone tree for hours with a big national company if you have a problem with your phone or your internet service or your fiber service, if you can even afford it with the big national company. Affordable, fast fiber internet and business telephone solutions are available with a local company, locally founded, local people who you can deal with Pinnacle Telecom. So if you're looking to lower your phone and internet cost and deal with a local company you can get a hold of, and be somebody, not just a number, you need Pinnacle Telecom. 479-242-0000.
So another pretty big headline yesterday, not involving the Arkansas Razorback coaching search, but the coaching carousel. Washington's coach Chris Peterson stepped down. Now, this was pretty shocking to everybody. He's still going to coach in the Huskies bowl game, but he's going to be replaced by the defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake, and he's going to be transitioning into a, quote, leadership advisory role within the athletic department. Now, he's only 55 years old. Of course, he's been known for his success at Boise State, goes to Washington, and he says he just needs a recharge, if you will. And you don't really see that happen very often where a coach, which, I mean, again, I'm not in tune with the Washington fan base, but I doubt anybody's wanting Chris Peterson to be fired up there in Washington. But to see a coach go out on his own terms and the way he wants to, and especially somebody like Chris Peterson that's had a lot of success, you don't see that very often. And also, he's an interesting coach, too, because he never coached like a blue blood program, even though his name was always wanting to be mentioned in with the Auburns, the Georgias, the LSUs, the Texases, the Oklahomas, the Ohio States, the Michigans, all these big-time college football jobs. His name was always mentioned, at least for a period of time. And he never took him. He stayed at Boise State for an extended period of time, and then he's been at Washington, of all places.
And I don't remember all the details, but he has a kid with special needs, medical needs, and there is a hospital or a facility in that part of the country is one of his reasons he stayed. I don't remember all of the exact details, but I know that's been part of his need and desire to stay in that part of the country was for medical care for one of his kids. And you got to commend him for that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's been part of the backstory there as to why he hasn't, in some people's mind, done bigger and better things in college football. Well, I mean, sometimes there's more important things than being in the SEC or the Big Ten or some other job when you've got other considerations.
Yeah, especially when you look at his coaching record. I mean, this guy, in his career at Boise State and Washington, because that's the only places he's been a head coach, you know what his record is? 146-38. I mean, that's outstanding. Absolutely outstanding numbers. And he had double-digit wins in all but 3 seasons of his career from 2006 to 2019. So really impressive by him. And, I'll be curious to see how long he stays out because he was just talking about doing a recharge. He's only 55 years old. And I know that I think it was Ruskin that was talking about this yesterday, that, he's one of the few coaches that does this where it seems like they step away or they leave coaching and part of their prime, if you will. I think Bob Stoops was one of those guys that a lot of people looked at and say, oh, man, how did you leave? You still had a lot of years left, it seemed like. And then, obviously Urban Meyer for different reasons. But once again, and I don't want to make this all about Alabama, just like everything in college football, but once again, you got to really show the respect that at least I have for Nick Saban. I mean, how he is still going strong and hitting his mid to late 60s and able to have the success and sustain the success that he's had over that time is pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. But either way, that was pretty shocking, I know, to the college football world of seeing Chris Peterson step down as well yesterday.
Well, and I just still find it amazing. That's why these guys are wired the way they're wired. That, I mean, we all work a job, and, man, if we could ever collect $1 million or $2 million in the bank,
be nice. It'd
be hard to stay motivated to do what you do at a high level.
Oh,
you may still work, but, are you really going to come in and really try to do the best radio show or sell the most life insurance policies or fix the most cars or whatever you do out there?
Mm-hmm.
How driven would you still be? And, coaching's just another job in a lot of ways. But these guys are just – that's why they're at the top of the top. It's why they're not coaching high school sports. They're coaching collegiate sports at a high level because they're just wired different. Because, dude, it'd be hard for me. I'm going to be honest. It'd be hard if I had 15 or 20 or 30 million or whatever, pick a number. It's all fantasy play money anyway. If you had that kind of money in the bank and you were on the hot seat, well, the hell with them.
Yeah.
I
know. It's be like, I'll just take my savings account and live the rest of my life.
I'll go to 30A.
Yeah.
I'll be in Destin if you need me.
Yeah, and I know
how much is my buyout? I mean, and I'm just amazed at how these coaches don't take that mindset.
And that's the thing is they just, like you said, have to be wired differently because of that. And because I'd be the same way. And I think that that's one of the reasons why I know Bob Stoops is still coaching with the XFL. He's still doing some coaching here and there. But I think that he hit that thing where he's like, man, this ain't worth it. I got so much money. I still love the game enough. You know what it reminds me of, and maybe this is a bad example, but remember the movie in Blue Chips, of course, when he was a big-time college basketball coach. When he left because of the stresses and the problems, where did he go? He still coached. He just went to the high school level in that story. And I think that there's a lot of coaches that probably wish that they could do that, leave, because they still love the game, but they just don't want to deal with the pressures, the stress, the amount that you're always on the hot seat, the feelings you have to do with your family.
You figure out there's stress in everything, though. It's just different levels, get different kinds. But, yeah, I mean, and then there's once you've done certain things at certain levels, coached at a big-time level, there's just no substitute for it. It's hard to recalibrate your expectations.
Yeah.
So
it really is. It really is. But the fact that he stepped down to Chris Peterson at Washington, of course, this is where it's all started, but he's stepping down, so now it's coaching carousel. It's a fun time of year.
But Chris Peterson has certainly not closed the door to ever coaching again.
No. He just needs a recharge.
Yeah. Well, I know how that is.
I'm plane tracking all the Seattle planes as we speak. Yeah, going along with that process.
Didn't Houston Nutt just need a recharge when he was leaving Arkansas? He must have been on a quick charge.
Let's say because he went to Ole Miss the next year.
Next year and the next day.
Yeah. Well, yes, that too. But, I guess his recharge didn't last as long. So all coaches are different when it comes to that. But they already have their coach in place, so it's not like you have to worry about competing with him or anything like that, or Washington for a job like that as well. But, man, I always love the coaching carousel. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline. More of the Morning Rush coming up next.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fenceman and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh. Authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fenceman and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh. Authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. And follow us on Twitter at HitThatLineAR.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Toyota Tuesday. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready family tough Tundra, and the Go Anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. We've, of course, been talking about the Razorback football coaching search. There was a lot of smoke yesterday, but no fire. No coach has been hired. In fact, I don't know if they're anywhere close to hiring a coach, but we still know that it was a frenzy yesterday. And it's funny, Tommy, because when we were talking about how the flight tracking and everything is just strict entertainment.
Right.
And, it's not like big J journalism. It's just entertainment. There are some people that are upset, and Channing apparently is not happy with me and saying that I'm saying that I was trying to be a big-time journalist in Arkansas, and I just saw that other people are doing it better than what I am, and that's why I'm saying it's entertainment, even though I'm serious about it. I'm just saying that it's entertainment.
What is a big-time journalist?
I don't know, because I don't see anybody else doing anything. So maybe
it's
I'm
fun.
Yeah,
I've had
it's
people
all
say,
fun.
"Aren't you going to make him stop doing that?" I said, "No,
it's fun."
And I've had people say, "Why aren't you doing it with him?" I'm like, don't want to.
You actually have a life. You actually have things to do during the day. Yeah. But he says that he doesn't need this guy Channing though. He says he doesn't need the approval of someone riding off the coattail of his co-host and his past show host with Ruskin to let him know what's going on.
You got that part right.
Yeah. Can't argue that logic. Yeah. So
I got big coattails over here. I mean, just climb on over.
Yeah, I just need your money now, and then we'll be able to get to that.
I'll carry you right back to that Broadcaster of the Year watch list.
Yeah, the watch list, which apparently I mean, it's amazing.
Did you make it? In the voting going on now?
I think so. But
are you on the ballot?
I'm not.
Tells you how much I know about it.
Yeah, I didn't know it. Honestly,
I don't even have a vote.
Honestly, the only reason I knew it existed and that the list was out there is because Andrew Hutchinson of Hogby.com tweeted out. He's like, "Hey, I made the sports writer list." I was like, "Oh, I want to click that and see."
Who's on it? I saw that tweet, so I know Bob and
Bob
our
Holt,
guy,
Andrew
Tom.
and Tom Murphy, and then Jeremy Muck from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Well, that'd be a tough choice right there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know. Andrew does some great work.
He does.
Tom's our guy. I guess we just have to be loyal and go with Tom. Nothing against Andrew because he does great work, but Tom's on the show. He's
loyalty,
our guy.
man.
Yeah,
well, we got to stay loyal to our people. So
who's on the broadcasters list?
Let's see here. We got Chuck Barrett.
What's he ever done?
We got some guy I can't pronounce his last name. Phil Elson.
Hack.
Steve Sullivan.
Who's he?
I think he's a guy on Little Rock.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is he on
you should
TV?
be on it. I mean, you're the most famous guy on that list. Barrett, Elson, Sullivan.
Yeah, Chuck doesn't even have Twitter, so how can he be on that list? He's not even on social media. How can he be on that list now? But I guess
hey, you have to choose between those guys.
I guess we got to listen. I love Chuck and I love Steve, and but I think we got to go with our boy Phil on that one. Again, loyalties got to go.
There you
on
go.
with it. But yeah, I guess the watch list. There was no press release coming out. I didn't get to put anything out about me being the semifinalist or finalist. Yeah, honorable mentions on there.
Finished 5th again this year.
Yeah, maybe next year. How
do you know you finished 5th?
Well, here's the problem, Tom. Here's the problem. The voting happened before my flight tracking came into play.
Right.
And if they would have been able to see all the flight tracking I've been doing,
that has sealed it.
That would have been able to put me in the running. So, but maybe next year.
Maybe when Chuck wins it this year, or Phil, or Sully, they'll just say, I don't really deserve this honor. They'll hand it over to you. Here's the man that really deserves it.
Yeah.
Flight tracker extraordinaire, John Neighbors.
Has anybody ever given their Oscar to somebody else?
Or their Heisman?
Or their Heisman or anything like that? I don't know. Maddie, has there been somebody?
Yes. Ving Rhames won an Oscar and gave it to
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon.
That's right. Yep. Okay. So if one of these, the one time in history of awards, if somebody ever wants to give it to me, I'll gladly take it off your hands. I'll put it in my trophy case that I have at home with all my T-ball trophies.
According to your Twitter there, since you're on my coattails, I ought to get part of the credit.
Yeah, you ought to get it. Yeah, you ought to get at least something, at least your name on the trophy too.
Exactly. Probably on the bottom side where it sits on the.
We know the trophy is actually modeled after Tommy Kraft. It's just a
it's
just a statue of Tommy. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you
with
serious?
with you holding a microphone.
Clark, are you serious?
Just as serious as I am about the flight tracking.
Clark, are you serious?
Just as serious as I am about the flight tracking there. So, but yeah,
serious,
we'll have to. Well, Tom Murphy's going to be joining us later, so we'll have to give him a shout out and make sure he gets some recognition there. So we'll see. We'll see who wins the Arkansas Sports Writer and Broadcaster of the Year there.
Yeah.
We have a few text messages coming on the Cherokee Casino hotline, 877-377-6963. Comes from the 479. Don't have a name to it, but he says, "Is Gus Malzahn out of the picture?" I don't think Gus Malzahn was ever in the picture this time around.
He wasn't even on the edge of the picture. I think he was maybe had his head stuck in the side until Saturday. If he'd have lost and gotten, because I think if he'd have lost and lost badly, the heat might have been on. I mean, the weird things are happening in this league. I mean, did you see changes coming at Missouri and Ole Miss? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Auburn would have lost by 4 touchdowns or something to Alabama, I'm not going to rule out that they wouldn't have fired him.
Mm-mm. That would have been another 7-5 year.
And if he's sitting there with no job, you can't say he's not in the picture. But, I mean, when he won, I think that takes him out for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ever wanted this job. It would have just all had to line up where Arkansas had an opening and he didn't have a job.
Yeah.
And nobody else wanted to hire him.
Yeah. There had to just be the perfect timing, the perfect storm together. But
Arkansas and Gus missed their window with each other, way back when. So
yeah. So people
should have hired him when they hired Petrino. Well, instead of Petrino.
Well, Petrino though, he's never been a head coach. He was still the OC at Tulsa.
You think it'd have worked out?
No, I'm not saying it couldn't have. But to me, I would have rather had him after the Bobby Petrino fiasco when he had that 1 year at Arkansas State.
Mm-hmm.
He could have come. But that's neither here nor there because I just don't see him.
They've missed a couple of chances.
And I don't see – honestly, I'm shocked that he's been at Auburn as long as he has.
And they were never going to hire a guy who was the sitting head coach at A-State.
No, that was never going to happen. But, there's – with Gus Malzahn, since the Arkansas connection, it's always going to be strong. And I went on a show in Louisiana, and that was one of the first questions they asked me was, what about Gus Malzahn? I'm like, it's almost like the tale as old as time that if an Arkansas coaching job is open, Gus Malzahn's name has to be connected.
Right.
But I think the ship has sailed, and I think that if I had to put money on it, I don't think Gus Malzahn's ever going to coach at Arkansas, ever.
Yeah.
It just seems like they had their opportunities, but they didn't want them.
I had a friend of mine who lives out of state describe Gus Malzahn as he would be your Moby Dick. It would sink the ship in the end. You think it's going to make everything right, but then in the end it'd be probably the thing that would swallow you up. You probably you think it would get you to the glory land, and I'm not sure how it would work out. I personally, I've known the guy. I can't remember a day not knowing him because I've lived in Fort Smith. He grew up in Fort Smith. We went to he's much older than me.
He's got a few years on you.
Yeah, a few years on me. But we went to the same school. I was in grade school when he's in high school, and I've known the family for a long time. I hope he does well. I always wish him success other than when he plays Arkansas. So, I mean, I root for him. But I don't think that's ever going to work out here.
No.
And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's harder to win at home than it is to go somewhere else and win. And it's let's just be honest, folks. It's easier to win at Auburn when you're 2 hours from Atlanta or whatever it is. Now, it's more difficult because you're in the shadow of the Crimson Tide program. But as far as getting recruits and getting 4- and 5-star players to win with, it's much easier at Auburn than it is here.
And it's just unfortunate because Gus Malzahn, and since we're talking about him, he's just going to be added to the long list of coaches that are from Arkansas that never coach at Arkansas.
Right.
And I think that's also when
Tuberville would be another one.
Yeah,
Switzer would be another one.
Jimmy Johnson would be another one. Have the connections there.
He wasn't from Arkansas, but played in Arkansas.
Had the Arkansas connection there and wanted the job, as we all know his history has told us. And there's been a lot of like Charlie Strong had the connection. He was originally from Arkansas too. And I'm not saying that he was ever up for the job, but my point is that there's been a lot of coaches that have either been from the state or went to the university that ended up being very successful, but never got the opportunity. And since we're in a coaching search right now for the Razorback football program, it's just always annoying, I know, for a lot of people when they look back at history, and it's always going to be the hindsight factor. But how many coaches that either wanted this job or felt like that you had a good chance at them because of the connections that they had with Arkansas, either time you didn't pursue them. You didn't want them, and then they ended up having a lot more success than what your option actually what you went along with. If you want to talk about the Gus Malzahn thing, Gus Malzahn, he wanted the job after that job at A-State, and you went with Brett Bielema instead, and you saw obviously it did not work out for you, and of course we know the Jimmy Johnson angle that just didn't work out for you. So for Tommy Tuberville, you could say the same thing. He could have been the guy instead of Houston Nutt.
But in both those cases, when you didn't go with Jimmy Johnson and you went with Ken Hatfield was a proven head coach, at that point.
Yeah.
You went with Brett Bielema. Guy had won 3 Big Ten titles, and you didn't go with Gus. I mean, each call, it didn't work out, but the call by the AD in each moment, Broyles and Jeff Long, was, on paper, the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it was just so obvious and you completely, totally went with the wrong one.
You went with the guy on the last deal that had 3 Big Ten titles. I mean, Bielema should have worked, and then it didn't. So, I mean, Ken Hatfield worked here. Jimmy Johnson just worked better at Miami. I mean, Ken Hatfield won back-to-back Southwest Conference titles here, back-to-back 10-win season. I mean, it's not like Ken Hatfield was an abysmal failure at Arkansas.
Yeah.
So
no, and I think people understand that, and it was
some of you millennials may not.
Well, right, yeah, because all you'll see is at the end of the day you'll go to the Wikipedia page of Ken Hatfield and Jimmy Johnson and say, all right, who's the better one? But no, at the time you always have to look at it in the frame of time that it was in.
But why did it work better for Jimmy? Because he was in Miami, and Florida has a better selection of 4- and 5-star athletes.
But don't you think that?
And I think geography always plays a big factor in it, and that's why it's always a challenge at Arkansas.
But don't you think that if he would have come to Arkansas, I'm not saying he would have had the Miami success, but he would have had high-level success at Arkansas in the Southwest Conference back then? I mean, I don't see any reason why.
Would have been better than Hatfield?
I think so. But I didn't. How do you know? It's not like we have the recruiting rankings we can go back and look at from the mid-'80s to late '80s there. But no, that's a factor that plays into it. And it all goes back to my point of the Razorback football coaching search is that for Razorback fans, it's almost like you feel like this wrong decision is always going to be made.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it may seem like it's good on the surface, because you brought up the Brett Bielema one, which is a fantastic example, because that at the time, even though some people weren't totally on board with it, you couldn't deny. I'm like, dude, this guy has a resume.
Right.
At a Power 5 conference, he had won the Big Ten 3 years in a row.
Rose Bowl.
Yes. It made sense.
Yeah.
Made complete and total sense, especially after the disaster, embarrassing season of the John L. Smith era. You're like, the fact that we were able to get this after having this embarrassment from this past year was great, and it didn't work out. And, it's the same thing. I know that Houston Nutt had some success too, but you look at what Tommy Tuberville was able to do at Auburn, you could definitely make the argument he had more success at Auburn than Houston Nutt did at Arkansas, but, could he have done that at Arkansas? Could he have had the same success?
Well, there's another name right there.
Yeah.
Tommy Tuberville. You hired another similar to Jimmy Johnson
and Ken
Hatfield because you hired Houston Nutt over Tuberville. Now, Jimmy Johnson and Ken Hatfield were both players on the 64 team, but Tuberville from the state of Arkansas, down around Fordyce, and Houston Nutt played at Arkansas for part of his career before going to Oklahoma State, and from Arkansas as well, got the job, as we all know, and started in 98. And there was the famous headline that was in the paper that Tuberville was getting the job. So, there was one choice where they went with one guy over the other from the state. So there's another interesting angle.
Yeah, it seems like every single year, even though you still had like the Hatfield
Tuberville
and
went
Nutt.
on to Auburn, had tremendous success, probably got the shaft on a national title.
Yeah, went undefeated. I think it was in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's another example.
Beat Bama 6 years in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, that's not saying that it was an epic failure going with Houston Nutt. It just makes you wonder
what could have been.
Yeah, what could have been, what he could have done at Arkansas. Hey, are you looking for a Cadillac, Chevrolet, or Nissan vehicle? Then look no further than Orr Auto Park at 6500 Auto Park Drive in Fort Smith. The Orr Auto Park staff will work with you to put you behind the wheel of the Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Nissan vehicle you want at a very affordable price. And as a leading Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Nissan dealer, Orr Auto Park also has a wide variety of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs for you to choose from. So visit OrAutopark.com to browse their selection to get pre-approved today, where you can score more with Orr. If you want to get on the conversation, call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963. This text message has come from Michael in Bentonville. It says, wins at one school doesn't always translate to wins at another school. Stars have to align for things miraculous to happen. Some coaches can be above that, like Saban or Urban Meyer, but I don't know that Malzahn would be one of those guys. And see, that's what we're talking about, Michael, is that just because a coach has a lot of success at one school doesn't mean it's going to go to another school. And you see that happen pretty often. I mean, Butch Jones was pretty successful at Cincinnati. He goes to Tennessee, and he has, I know, a little bit of success, but it ended up being a failure. Bobby Petrino had success at Louisville, and he also had success at Arkansas. So some coaches can have it. And that's what makes this so difficult about this coaching search, and why Hunter Yurachek, I am not jealous at all of the decision and the job that he has to do. Because it is easy. Any of us can go on a Wikipedia page, look at wins and losses and seasons, and say, well, this guy's pretty good. Let's just hire him based on the success he had at a different school. There's so much more to it. You can't do it that way. You have to vet. You have to interview. You have to know what they're looking at. You have to know what type of staff they're wanting to work with. You have to do background checks. You have to do so many things for these coaches that it's more than just seeing about their wins and losses at the previous stop. Because, again, that's when you had the Brett Bielema thing happen. That would have been a no-brainer if you just looked at the wins and losses. But it always makes me wonder. We'll never know. But it always makes me wonder how much vetting did Jeff Long and everybody do for Brett Bielema to say that this guy will for sure work out. Again, they may have done their due diligence. They may have been fine. But it just makes you wonder, did they just go about the fact that, hey, he had a resume to go along with it and made it work out? I don't know. But it just always makes me wonder.
Well, I mean, Clay was bringing up some things yesterday I thought were very interesting. You think, when you're on these interviews and you're in a position like Hunter Yurachek, you're asking questions like, how do you handle internal discipline? And you go through that and you spend, maybe hours talking about how you as the head coach would handle internal discipline. You put on the tape and you show how offensive line play is coached and what the expectation is. You talk, it's not just the things about who would be your defensive coordinator, but you want to get down into the nitty-gritty and talk about, the nuts and bolts of what's going on here. And that's what Hunter Yurachek's got to get into, because you're going to look into every nook and cranny. You're going to ask every question because you're getting ready to make a $20 million investment in somebody.
Yes.
You're going to pay somebody, well, it's probably going to be north of that, because you're probably going to pay somebody $4 million plus a year, and it's likely going to be a $6 million arrangement. So $25 million, maybe a retention bonus, because that's what was in Chad Morris's deal. Buyout's probably going to be 70, 75%. It may be 100% for the first 3 years. I kind of expect that in this next deal. First 3 years, 100%. Probably 70% won't cut it in this next deal.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go up. They're going to have to up the ante because of what happened. Chad Morris got fired in 2 years. Probably going to get all their money the first 2 or 3 seasons. Maybe even a higher percentage into 4. May not drop to like 80% into 4. I'll be interested to see what they have to negotiate there. Arkansas, to get a name that's going to excite the fan base, they've got hat in hand a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to go get a Lane Kiffin or someone of that caliber, because you've kind of set the bar with all the flight tracking and all the names thrown out there and all this stuff, that you come in below that name, well, the fans are going to go,
Mm-hmm.
So you may have to up the ante a little bit on the guarantee for the first 2 to 3 seasons. 70% was what was Chad Morris's contract. He didn't have the leverage that a Lane Kiffin would have. So you're talking about let's just call it $25 million investment. You're going to ask a lot of questions. You're going to get into a lot of detail. And that's why it's going to take a lot of hours. And you're not going to do it, in all likelihood, over 1 day or 1/2 day sitting in a hangar on a plane. Can you think about that? You're doing an interview, a complete formal interview in a plane. I don't know, have you ever been on a private plane?
I went inside one once when it was on the landing or the runway, but I did not ever actually fly.
They're not roomy.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
If you're claustrophobic, it's not the place you'd want to conduct an interview of that nature. Now, a lot of times these FBOs will have conference rooms, meeting rooms you can go meet in.
Yeah.
So I don't know what their arrangement, but that's not the place you'd want to spend 8 hours with somebody.
I wouldn't.
And a lot of times these coaches, particularly if they're coaching a game this way, they don't have 8 hours. So if you're after a coach that's in a conference championship game, this is going to have to be broken up into probably a couple sessions.
Yeah.
Maybe even video conference. Because that's video conference is easier than ever. It's called FaceTime, So, it's just that's the way this thing's got to go anymore.
Yeah.
Deep dives, and that's why doing a lot of your vetting ahead of time and having people like John Fagg around you to do the research is so important.
And another factor on top of that, too, Tommy, is that as far as what people, when it comes to the coaching search and they want this name or that name, people don't need to freak out about the process of it all. They need to have a criticism, if any criticism that they may have, of the actual hire itself. And this is extremely important. I know it's easy to get carried away, and I know it's easy to start freaking out if you feel like the timing is going too long, it's taking too long, this must be an epic failure, we're screwing this up. Don't worry about the process. Trust the process, if you will, using the old adage. Trust the process. And now when the hire is made and when the name is signed on the dotted line, then you can either freak out because you hate the hire or you can celebrate because you love the hire. But what's going on right now and will over, I'm sure, the next few days is something that nobody needs to lose their ever-loving minds over. Wait until the coach is actually named, and then once that happens, you can give your own thoughts and opinions on it and have your own criticisms for it.
Going through this on much smaller scales. I hired you at one point. I've been through. You talk to people. You have interviews, and you go talk to other people, and you interview your first round of all your candidates, and then the folks you want to talk to, you go back to again. And I would imagine there's going to be 3 different meetings, with the person you end up with. You got your initial face-to-face, then the person you want to hire, you're going to come back and probably ask more questions, and then there's going to be the third and final one where you present a contract.
Yeah.
And then you put them on the plane with you, and you bring them back.
And guess when people will find out, when that news will break on who it is?
Well, when they have informed their employer that they are leaving to become the head coach at the University of Arkansas, when they've met with their team, and all of the, all the processes that are professional have to happen. You're hiring a professional. You wouldn't want someone to leave their post without informing their employer, giving notice, and meeting with their team.
That's just the way it's done.
Right. You wouldn't want to hire someone, if you're running a business out there, you wouldn't want to hire a new employee and say, hey, now don't give your current employer notice. Don't tell them you're leaving. Just show up here Monday. Let them
find out that way.
They'll find out on social media.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not professional.
No. And I don't know if you'd want a coach that would do that.
And if you would hire someone that would be willing to do that, well, that's not what you want.
No, not at all. Wait, you're telling me that it won't be breaking news whenever the flights are being tracked? You're telling me that people won't hear the news whenever I get the right tail number on the right plane?
My opinion, that's not how it's worked in the past.
And it's never going to work that way.
Hey, for the 4th consecutive year, Crabtree RV in Alma has been voted the best place to buy an RV. And to show their appreciation, they're already underway with the Christmas Cash Day sale right now through New Year's Eve. Sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree RV in Alma, and they'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening right now at Crabtree RV in Alma. Crabtree RV, exit 13 off of I-40. Crabtree RV, it's where your family's dreams come true.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or text into the Cherokee Casino hotline. Second hour of the Morning Rush coming up next.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
It sure is. We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
Oh, what was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Bill, honey, come here.
Okay. And did I mention every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan? It's happening again.
Dad, hang up the phone. I am so sorry.
Toyotathon is on now. Come in today. Bring your mom.
Participating dealers only. Offers end January 6th. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. See participating dealer for coverage details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you in the market for a new pool or spa? Seaside Pools and Spas has been constructing quality pools in the four-state area since 1967. It's your one-stop shop for chemicals, equipment, spas, and in-ground pools. With a service department like no other, Seaside Pools and Spas can help you with any repair, maintenance, or renovation needs necessary. Visit Seaside Pools and Spas today in Springdale and Bentonville or online at seasidepools.com.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Why go north when you can get the best deal on a new GMC or Buick here locally at Harry Robinson Buick GMC? There is no reason to drive more than an hour to buy your next vehicle. Harry Robinson has the same big rebates and discounts promised at other dealers, and Harry always gives you more for your trade. So when it comes time for your next vehicle, don't go north. Come see why Harry Robinson is the fastest growing Buick GMC dealer in the region. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your number one Arkansas fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Jerry Roller Insurance is a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Jerry Roller Insurance today at 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com. Again, that's 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. Get amazing fast fiber internet, 100 megabits for only $49.95 per month, or 1 gigabit for only $79.95 per month. TV packages from the basics to our amazing altered TV, starting at $32.95. Fiber phone services start at $29.95. Go to waveruralconnect.com to find out if we are installing in your area, or call 1-833-4-WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Massey Ferguson tractors have arrived at Bush Machine and Tractor. They're proud to be the newest Massey Ferguson dealer in western Arkansas, providing you with a full lineup of versatile tractors. They're built with straightforward power, smart fuel economy, and upgraded control and comfort. Stop by and find a new Massey Ferguson perfectly sized for your property or farm at Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith, or visit them online at bushtractor.com.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
December is trading time at Rath Auto Resources. Hi folks, Larry Rath here with our last big promotion of the year. Trading time. With tax season just around the corner, we need your trade. So we're giving up to $3,300 above Kelley Blue Book value when you trade your old ride for a nicer, newer car from our Rath Road Ready inventory. We'll even buy your car. That extra money can go a long way toward helping you get more car or reducing your monthly payment. Plus, if you're one of those waiting on a tax refund, your wait is over. Ask one of our friendly, non-commissioned solution specialists how our TaxMax program can get you access to your money now. If you're keeping the car you have, let us get it ready for the new year with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires or a basic oil change for only $24.95 in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start driving better today with Arkansas's #1 rated and reviewed used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources, and the Meineke Car Care Center. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Plenty of blue sky, lots of sunshine today. Our high temperatures this afternoon in the mid to upper 50s. A mainly clear sky tonight. Overnight lows low to mid 30s. Tomorrow sunny skies, upper 50s to low 60s, and then an increasing chance for some wet weather Thursday. Our high upper 50s to low 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Bush and Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is the Morning Rush.
You know, it's always important for coaches on camp. I mean, I want to learn from other coaches on campus. I've gone to dinner with a lot of the coaches on campus and to be able to share ideas, and I'm anxious, just like, you know, all the fans are, you know, on the decision that Hunter's going to make. And, you know, I think that as everybody in the department looks forward to, you know, who the next hire is and becoming partners and family members together.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
I'm not known as a guy who gets hand cramps when I'm writing checks.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Maddie T, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning on a Toyota Tuesday. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready family tough Tundra, and the go-anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. If you want to get in on this conversation dealing with the Razorback head coaching search for the football program, you can always call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963. You know, by the way, I don't know if anyone, some of you, I guess probably in the Hot Springs area and in the Harrison area may have heard yesterday, you know, John Daly went on Paul Feinbaum. And John Daly was trying to politic and campaign for his 2 candidates for the Arkansas job.
It's 2 candidates.
He's got 2 candidates.
And I knew Lane Kiffin was one.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin's his number one. He's been texting Lane, apparently, saying, hey, man, take the Arkansas job. And one of the things he brought up was, well, you don't have to pay income tax in Florida. So that's always a factor where money comes into play. But you know his second option is? Rex Ryan.
All right.
Okay. I love John Daly, but, you know, that's one of the things you're kind of glad that she's not making the decision.
Wasn't John Daly all in on John Gruden?
Oh, yeah. Because him and Gruden are boys.
Several years ago?
Yeah, him and Gruden are boys.
Well, and him and Bielema were boys after he became head coach, because at a Razorback Club golf tournament I was attending, they were in the same pairing. That was fun to watch.
Oh, man. That's a lot of things, a lot of stories going on there. Yeah. But that's who John Daly wants, so take that for whatever it's worth. Probably isn't much, but still thought it was interesting that's the route he was going with Rex Ryan. I'm sure he just wants his friends in
Thank you, John.
Yeah, appreciate the concern there too. Marcus in Conway texted in and he says, "Do you think that Campbell is worth the $6 million he's wanting, or do you think his buyout's too big? Also, who do you think would be a good price for Lane Kiffin?" Well, Matt Campbell, I mean, his buyout's over $10 million. I know it's that.
Yeah, we've done the math. I mean, there's essentially 25,000 unsold seats at the average game right now, right?
Yep.
So if you sell, if a coach could come in here, and I don't know, I mean, here's the thing you got to ask yourself: if you're Hunter Yurachek, you're Scott Verity, you're Joseph Steinmetz, you're the people that got to ultimately figure out how to pay for this transition. 25,000 seats on 7 home games next year, just those 25,000 seats, if you could sell them all, is worth, at $65 a seat, roughly $11 million and some change. Do the math. Question is, would a Matt Campbell get 25,000 of you out there to buy tickets that didn't buy a ticket last year? And the 50 or so thousand that have bought a ticket. Now, not every one of you that bought a ticket attended. But could you fill a stadium? And I think the answer is no. Short of Saban and Belichick coaching together, I don't think you fill the stadium, no matter who you hire.
Even if it was Urban Meyer, you don't think so?
I just don't think you're realistically going to hire any of those.
I get what
people.
you're saying, though. Yeah.
But I think if you hire Matt Campbell, you hire a Leach, I just don't think you fill the stadium. And I think you get 10 or 15,000 more. But I mean, just do the math. I think $65 is a good, educated average I mean, when you do suites, you do end zones that are at a premium, you do bench seating, you do upper deck, all that. I think, that doesn't include donations, all that. You should do the math on 7 games.
Yeah, and it's not exactly like I'm going out on a real big limb here, but I think no matter who they hire, they're going to have increased ticket sales from this past season no matter what, though.
My point is you're going to pay somebody at least $4 million. So the extra 2, how many more tickets could that person sell? If their name is a big enough splash, adds enough excitement, and they win. I mean, it doesn't matter who you hire. If they don't win, it's not going to matter. But if they sell some season tickets for you, then they're worth it. But they got to win. Ultimately, got to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like splash hires are always very risky. In fact, they're more often than not, they're not worth the risk. Because, again, if you're Arkansas right now and you understand how you have to get this right, no matter who the coach is, like as you said, even if you got Mike Leach or anything like that, that's not going to sell out the stadium.
Right. 25,000 seats at $65 a game for 7 games is $11.375 million. $11,375,000.
Yeah.
At $65 a seat. Now, where did I get that? Well, I reached around and got it.
Yeah.
But I think that's a pretty decent guess.
Yeah. And again, it makes sense.
Based on what I know, I mean, season ticket face values for the average lower level seats, it's more for south and north end zone. Club seats are more, upper decks less. So I'm just using an average there.
Yeah. And again, it all makes sense because at the end of the day, it's about the bottom line and what you can afford.
And that doesn't include donation.
Yeah.
And there's 7 games in Fayetteville next year.
Yeah.
So could you sell 25,000 more seats, next year? All right. So if you let's just divide that in half. If you sold 12,500 more seats because of a coach's name, that's $5,687,500. I mean, so what I'm saying is, if you're sitting here wringing your hands over $1.5 million or $2 million a year, now that's not just in 1 year. You're committing that $1 million or $2 million a year over the course of 6 years, perhaps, in their contract. But you're talking about, just do the math. $5 million in one season. So I just think if you could get a coach that would energize a fan base enough to come back to the ticket window, then they're worth it.
I just don't know if you're in a position to do that. I don't know if you can.
I don't know. That's a risk.
Yeah.
It is a risk.
Because you, like someone like Mike Leach, who I think would be enough, or one of the most realistic sparks you could actually have. Because, listen, Urban Meyer, of course, would be, but that's not realistic. I think Mike Leach is a realistic option that could have a spark. Even if you got him, I still don't think that you're going to have sellouts next year.
I just don't know that Matt Campbell's a name. I think Leach is because his name's been in the media. I mean, Matt Campbell has done a lot. I think maybe if you actually hired that guy, people would get on board. But I don't know that the name Matt Campbell's enough of a household name, honestly.
But what would do that, though, Tommy, because I agree with you, but what would do that would be if he had a great first recruiting class, if he said some things in press conferences and whatnot that really got the fans excited, if the spring practices and games had a lot of positivity coming out from it, like those things would kind of build up and help out a lot.
Yeah, but
and assistancy hires too.
But you need a lot of that to happen in that time window because, like, the deadline for commitments for your tickets and your donations and all that, it's in the spring. It's in April is when you got to make your commitment, your pledge. Yes. That was one of the key things about when you go back to when Petrino ran off the road into the ditch. Is April 1st. Well, the deadline for your commitment had been April 1st, so all the hay was in the barn financially. So people couldn't get out of their tickets at that point.
Yeah.
You already committed.
Yeah.
If he had done that a week prior, it'd have been a disaster.
Mm-hmm. People would, especially with the unknown of not knowing who's going to be the guy.
Right.
Who's going to be the coach.
People wouldn't have, you'd have had a bunch flee from buying tickets, perhaps.
But the whole point is, and we'll end on this, the whole point is that you don't have to have the energy and excitement happen when the name's announced.
Right.
You have to have it from this point over the next few months for them to build that excitement.
But if that excitement was there, you could sell tickets right then.
I agree with that, too.
Hey, how'd you like to be in Branson for the Christmas holidays? You and your family could be in Branson this Christmas thanks to the Branson CVB, the Morning Rush, and hitthatline.com. Just go to hitthatline.com and register once a day through December the 10th. Got a few more days. You could be there for live Christmas shows, the beautiful light displays, the lakes, the indoor and outdoor attractions, the family atmosphere, and the shopping. Yeah, you can be there for all of that this year for Christmas in Branson. 3 nights at the Hilton Promenade in Branson. Tickets to Christmas shows, the North Pole Adventure at Shepherd of the Hills, the Christmas Music Ferris wheel ride at the Track Family Fun Park, and great restaurants as well. Just go to hitthatline.com and register. Need your name, email address, and phone number. Got to be 21 or older. Register once a day at hitthatline.com.
More of your phone calls and text messages via the Cherokee Casino Hotline coming up next on The Morning Rush.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh. Authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh. Authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
On the radio and streaming worldwide at hitthatline.com.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We are brought to you by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, the True Blue Savings event going on now at Williams Tractor. Take advantage of 0% financing, cashback savings, and other year-end specials on select New Holland tractors, hay and forage products, and material handling equipment. Get in on all the True Blue savings. It's now through the end of the year at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers.
I have a few people calling and texting into the Cherokee Casino hotline, 877-377-6963. This one comes from the 870. He says, if you have time, can you discuss what Kiffin might bring to the table as far as staff connections and recruiting? Well, you never know exactly as far as staff goes how many people he's going to bring from Florida Atlantic if he ended up getting the job. But I do know, and just based on the only evidence that we have is that when he was at Tennessee and when he was at USC, the recruiting was really good. He got a lot of great players in.
Lance Thompson's the name you need to know on his staff as far as recruiting. One of the best recruiters in the country. He's been on his staff, a name that you keep an eye on because you assume he would come with Lane. If Lane is the choice, that's the name you've got to have because he has been one of the top recruiters in the country. And, you definitely want him with Lane Kiffin if he comes to Arkansas because of his recruiting ability.
Yeah, exactly. And he can recruit, but as far as the other things go along with it, I'm not totally sure. And how much would you say it would cost to get Kiffin? I mean, would you think he'd do $4 million a year? If they decide to go that route?
And I don't have any reason to I'm saying $4 million, 4 to 4.5, and I don't have anything to back that up other than that's the number I've kind of reached around and grabbed.
That's kind of where I'm at too. Because it would be you'd have to pay more because Chad Morris is only making $3.5 million a year. So you'd have to.
Lane Kiffin, I think, is obviously more established than
much more
than Lane Kiffin's far more established than Chad Morris.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if they ended up hiring Lane Kiffin again, just throwing it out there, but if they ended up hiring him and it was like for $5 million a year, I think you got screwed in that deal. I think that would be too much money for Lane Kiffin just because that's kind of the risk.
Does Kiffin have enough cowboy in him to be one of these first coaches? Is he a Sexton guy? I'm not sure.
I just assume everybody's a Sexton guy, but I don't know for sure. No.
Does he have enough cowboy in him? Because he kind of comes across as this guy. All right, I'll work for a base of 4, but if I win this many games, I get 5. I get a bonus. If I win 8, I get more of a bonus if I win 10. Because I think fans, and I think Hunter Yurchek would obviously be all in on that.
Hey, if you get the results to go along with it,
my contract has some kickers based on results. I think he's got enough Cowboy in him to do that.
I do too. I think he's set
that's
that
just
way.
outside looking in, but well, wouldn't that be fun? I don't think that'll happen because Arkansas is not going to be the school that redefines how contracts are written. But boy, wouldn't that be fun to see a coach come here and do that?
Oh, imagine if they set the precedent. Like, I mean, all the other schools around the country would just be like, whoa, we want that.
But where I'm going with this is you'd be willing to pay $5 million to a coach that could win 9.
Yeah. Sign me up.
All right, we're going to pay you 4, but if you win 9, you get 5.
Great.
You win 12, you get 6.
Excellent. You win any more than that, you get 7.
I'm just saying, he might have enough Cowboy in him to do that.
Well,
I don't know if I'm describing that right. It just sounds like a good term. Sounds fun. He got enough Cowboy in him. Why not?
I'd be all down for it. I'd be all for it. If they had success, win-based incentives,
agents
absolutely
would get in the way of that, but
oh, I'm sure they would because that's just what it all has. But
he just seems like he's got enough. Enough
Cowboy,
of that moxie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up with a different word, but
I don't know. Having Cowboy in him, I was wondering if you're going to say like something like a Jerry Jones or something like that.
Something. I mean, just
Cowboy,
enough confidence.
Yeah,
he's got enough confidence in himself that all right. And honestly, what can you not do in Northwest Arkansas on $4 million that you need an extra $1 million at 5 to do? I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
That would be awesome. And if
you want to pay a coach $5 million, fine, I'll pay you 5. Win 9 games.
And if that again, not saying it's happened. I don't think it'll happen. But if it did happen, where that contract got signed with Lane Kiffin, I would be all on board with that because I'm like, okay, he understands performance based.
Yeah.
He wants to get paid and get rewarded for his performance.
I don't think any coach, Lane Kiffin or otherwise, will make that arrangement. I kind of think Hunter Yurchek would float that idea out there because he's talked about losing games ought to be cause for being fired. Now, I think that's red meat he feeds to the fans. He knows he can't change the marketplace. The market is why the market is just so messed up right now with coaches' contracts.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, Chad Morris is going to get $10.1 million
to not coach. And he only won 4 games.
I mean, it's just insane.
It's not even my money, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
I mean, there ought to be a clause in the contract. Hey, if you only win 4 games in 2 years, we can fire you and give you $500,000 just to get the heck out of here.
Yeah. And if there's any athletic director that's going to be somebody that wants to push that thing as far as performance-based incentives, especially big ones like that when it comes to winning in the contract, Hunter Yurchek would be that guy because he has said, as we have coined and have played many times,
but
not winning should be a fireable cause.
As we said earlier in the show, based on the fact you just fired a coach less than 2 years into the job, I won't be surprised if this next deal doesn't have a 100% guarantee the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe into the 3rd year. So I think the buyout on this deal could be structured differently in favor of the coach based on the fact that you just fired a coach less than 2 years. So if you're going to hire a name, they're going to want some guarantees, and you may have a 100% guarantee for the first 2 to 3 years, and then it comes down. I'm just purely guessing on that, but I know this. If I was negotiating on that coach's behalf, that'd be where I'd start.
And I'd be okay with that.
I'd probably start with 110%, and then we'll negotiate back to 100.
No, and I'd be okay with that if it's the right guy.
Well,
I'd be down for that if it's the right guy. But then if at the end of the 2 years you're still Chad Morrising in the whole thing, then
buyouts come down after time anyway. But I think the next coach is going to get $4 to $5 million over a 6-year term. So you're talking about $25 to $30 million, $20 to $25 million. If it's $4 million, let's just say it's $4 million 6 years, you're talking $24 million. Probably some retention bonuses in there and academic bonuses, bowl bonus. Let's just call it $25 million. It's going to be probably closer to 25 to 30 than it is 20 to 25, depending on who you hire. But I'm telling you, those first couple of years are going to be closer to 100% guaranteed, would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on what we've seen.
Yep, and based on the market and the contract and how it all works.
I mean, just based on Arkansas hadn't built a lot of trust with the coaching pool out there.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. With just the way that this game is, you can't have that way.
You're hiring your 6th coach in 14 years. Now, not all of that is Arkansas's fault. One of those was Houston Nutt, who was here 10 years. Bobby Petrino got himself fired. John L. Smith was a 1-year deal. Brett Bielema was here 5 and didn't work out. Chad Morris fired himself. I mean, just didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, it's the 6th coach in 14 seasons.
But as far as when it goes to coaching circles, though, and because I understand what you're getting at, but also nobody is going to disagree with any of the decisions that Arkansas made when it came to their coaches and their fates. At least people of logic and reason. No one's going to say that they should not have fired Bobby Petrino. No one's going to say they should not have fired Brett Bielema. No one's going to say they should not have fired Chad Morris. Now, I know it's always about hindsight, and you look back on it.
In hindsight, you might say because of the AD situation
Mm-hmm.
and the lack of a true AD on post, Bielema should have stayed another year.
Right.
Not that Bielema's performance merited another year, but because of the lack of stability with athletic department leadership, you'd have been better off with Bielema one more year.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just based strictly off performance. Yeah. Nobody at the end of except for just people who were friends with Brett Bielema, but no one at the end of Brett Bielema era when they decided to fire him said, what an awful, terrible, horrible decision by Arkansas. He was a good coach that had it going. No one said that. No one said that. And no, like when Chad Morris got fired, I did not hear one peep out of anybody saying that how Arkansas made a terrible decision in firing Chad Morris after Western Kentucky.
Should have kept either Long or Bielema one more year in hindsight.
Yeah, again, but hindsight is everything when it comes to this whole coaching search. Right. Hopefully hindsight doesn't continue to work out when it comes to this coaching search later down the road. It's a Toyota Tuesday here on the Morning Rush. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready family tough Tundra, and the go-anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. And let's go to the Cherokee Casino hotline. Terry is in Hackett. What's going on, Terry?
Hey, I was just looking at, with Notre Dame on the schedule next year, we're all talking about how much to pay someone and Lane Kiffin and all that. Let's take each name that we're talking about or that we think about and then pit them against the schedule we have next year. Can we win more than 3 games? I mean, should we be really looking towards that? Or, I just want your opinion on that.
Yeah, well, and appreciate the phone call, Terry. I think
another reason I say 100% guarantee for the first couple 3 years.
And I think that it's interesting, too, because next season, I'm not saying you need to hire a coach based on what you have to do next season, because next season, no matter what happens, the coach will stay. The coach will get another year. But if you're truly just looking at the schedule, which is a brutal one next year, that's unfortunate because Arkansas's past 2 seasons, their schedule has been about as favorable as you can ask in this conference and in this division. I mean, seriously, your 2 East opponents that were rotating was Kentucky and Vanderbilt, or Vanderbilt and Kentucky, respectively. You didn't have one Power 5 team on your non-conference schedule, and it's just incredible you still went 2-10. But if you're looking at next year,
and Missouri hadn't been great.
No, yeah, I mean, you didn't have that. Neither is Ole Miss. You still lost to them. I mean, there were some games you should have won. But either way, if you look at next year's schedule, you start with Nevada, then of course you go to Notre Dame, to Mississippi State. You have A&M, then Charleston Southern, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, Ole Miss, Louisiana Monroe, and Missouri. We don't know who the coach is going to be, but I will say that if the coach can just win the games against Nevada, against Charleston Southern, against ULM, and one SEC game, find a way to go 4-8, 1-7 in conference, whoever that coach is, good job.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's just where you're at, unfortunately. 4-8 next year would be phenomenal. No matter how you did it, 4-8 would be phenomenal. So the coach, though, whoever it is not going to have to worry about, though, coming in and say, all right, if you don't win 4, you're gone, buddy. You are not in that position. Not in that position at all.
Just can't go 0-12.
Just can't go 0-12. But we continue to say it can't get any worse, but yet somehow it always does for Arkansas football right now. But either way, that's kind of what I'd be looking at for next season. Again, it's not how it's going to be based upon. He's not going to be based, whoever the coach is, as far as somebody that's having to get it done in year one. And you shouldn't hire a coach based on what they can do in year one. But still, next year's schedule is going to be a tough one as well. Because, Tennessee's going to be a good team. You welcome them in Fayetteville. On the road to Notre Dame, still going to have LSU, still going to have Alabama, still going to have Auburn, still going to have A&M.
Well, then the following year you go to Texas.
Or Texas comes
here. Yeah, Texas comes here, pardon me. Texas
but still,
comes here.
I think you pick up Florida that year? I think you go on the road to Florida?
Go to Florida,
nice.
Texas here.
Yeah. Beautiful. Wonderful. So the next 2 years, as far as your schedule goes, it's not going to be very kind. But can you at least be competitive? That's the key. Be competitive, get better, develop as the season goes on, and fans will rally behind that. But you got to show some sort of progress for sure. Let's go back to the Cherokee Casino hotline. Alex is on the line. What's going on, Alex?
Yes. Why would we want a coach that would not have the confidence to be able to think he could outperform what Chad did?
Well, I think you should want a coach that does that.
If he doesn't have that much confidence in himself that he can't outperform Chad from SMU, well, then we don't need him anyway. I mean, that's not the kind of coach you want anyway.
No, you don't want the coach that anyway.
Where are you coming from here?
Chittister.
No.
Yeah, well, no, we were just saying, like, what did you think that we were saying that we were saying that the coach doesn't need to have the confidence?
No, I just cleaned my bed up and turned the radio on and turned on the computer and got you guys. And I don't know what you talked about before this, other than just what I've heard the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, you're fine, Alex. No, so don't get us wrong. We are not saying that the coach who ever comes in here should definitely, absolutely, 100% need to have the confidence that not only they can do better than Chad Morris, but they can win at a high level at Arkansas. That's the type of coach you want.
Right.
What my thing is with this is who I want. I want Lane Kiffin. That's the type of guy I want.
Yeah.
A guy who's swag, relates to the young men like him, and I think in 3 years we'd be 9-3 up there. 4 years, 10-2, and after that, the sky's the limit. After Nick Saban's gone, and he's getting close to the edge. You could see it in his face after that loss to Auburn. He's not much longer.
Yeah.
Or I'm not talking about the live. I'm talking about just a coach.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
And I just think that there's nothing there for Arkansas to. If you want to pay, if you want to play with the big boys, you got to pay with the big boys.
Right.
More bargain basement, fire sales.
Right.
But anyway, thanks for your time.
Hey, appreciate it, Alex.
The best looking clothes aren't always on the clearance rack. I get what you're saying.
I've always said that, Tommy.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying too. Like, you always, as far as your confidence goes in your coach, you always want him to be competitive. You want to have that confidence in it. And listen, and other people want Lane Kiffin too. You're not the only one, Alex, that wants Lane Kiffin. And again, I think they can do a lot worse than Lane Kiffin, but I also think they can do a lot better than Lane Kiffin. It's just a matter of who you want to go along with.
Here's what you get with Lane Kiffin. You get a phenomenal play caller. We know that.
He's an offensive mind. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. And you know that you're also going to get a guy that can recruit. I mean, this is one of the few things that they can do is that he can recruit and he can put together a pretty good staff. But again, not saying that they have to hire him and that's the only way that it's going to be good, but just saying.
Well, I mean,
it can be a lot worse than that.
I mean, I'd be fine with a defensive-minded head coach, but if you went with Leach or you went with Kiffin, you're going to get a great play call.
Mm-hmm. You think Kiffin is the worst they should do?
If he truly wants the job, if we really believe he is willing to say yes, then he shouldn't do any worse than him.
Yeah, I'm kind of at that point too.
I think right now, I would say you should do no worse than Barry Lenny Jr. Until I know that Lane Kiffin would definitely say yes to a reasonable contract, then I can't say that you should do no worse than him.
Mm-hmm. No, I absolutely agree with that as well. All right, let's get into your Hog update here on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
It's a great day to be a Razorback.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog update on the Morning Rush.
All right, it's time for your Hog update presented by Ozark Sportsman Supply.
Well, you probably already started that Christmas shopping, but if you haven't, why not go to one place where you can get it all done, and that's at the Ozarks. Choose from brands like Benelli, Glock, Smith & Wesson, Tikka, Wilson Combat, Daniel Defense, and many more. UMG, Drake, Carhartt, Columbia, Boutique Brands, New Balance, Twisted X, Ariat, and many more with their clothing and footwear brands at the Ozarks. Plus, if you're looking for an indoor range, they've got the best in Arkansas. A recent $250,000 upgrade gives you charging and turning targets, onboard cameras, lights, and a whole lot more. In fact, over 22 available drills to choose from. It's entertainment at its best, and they have range memberships that make a perfect holiday gift. It's all at the Ozarks for a joyful and easy shopping experience. Ozark Sportsman Supply and Ozark Outpost Clothing and Footwear. Highway 412 West, barely out of Springdale and Tawnytown.
So for your hog update here on the Morning Rush, yesterday there was a lot of smoke about the coaching search. You had some former players, guys like Kevin Richardson, Trey Greenwald, tweeting out, they're like, man, Arkansas got them a good one. When nothing came to fruition on it. Which, again, folks, you're being trolled. Like, yesterday was a complete troll job. And I respect it. I love it. It was fantastic. And so don't always believe what's going on, all right, when it comes to the social media and people tweeting that out. I am telling you right now, I'm not saying that I've been through a bunch of coaching searches, even though it feels like there's been a bunch of coaching searches going on.
I feel like I've been through a bunch.
But Tommy, when do we know who the coach is? When do we find out who the coach is? What needs to happen?
I think you got to get if your targets are truly if Lane Kiffin's truly your target, I think you got to get through championship weekend.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I want to add to that, when it's confirmed, when you have national media members tweeting it out, when you got the local media from the school or wherever they're at, they're the ones that start figuring out, because what usually happens first in the whole process as far as it getting leaked out is that coach will tell his players, tell his coaches, tell the administration, whoever's involved, saying, I'm moving on. And then when that happens, the reports comes from that end, and boom, you have it here in Arkansas. That's how it's going to work out. It's not going to happen with plane tracking. It's not going to happen where on social media some poster from Hogville is going to say, well, I got this guy who knows this guy who knew that, and then boom, there it is. That's not how it's going to happen.
Nope.
Every single time that we've had to go through a coaching search at Arkansas, it's happened the same way, and I don't see this being any different. I think Hunter Yurchek is too smart of a guy, too cunning of a guy to just let it all be chalked up to plane tracking, and that's how it gets leaked out. He's interviewing people. He's got a few interviews to do this week. No decision has been made fully. Just telling you. Because if it had been, we'd know.
I think later this week, and again, if Lane Kiffin is the one they ultimately settle on, will he even be available till perhaps Sunday to do a second interview? I don't think they hire anyone without a second interview. And then you may have to come back, and maybe in that second interview you have a contract prepared. But you may have contracts aren't prepared by the AD. You got to go back and have general counsel put those together. Now they have boilerplate memorandums of understanding, and they
what was those words you just said?
Memorandum of understanding. You know, it's not the actual contract they'll sign, but it's a shorter document that here's what we're going to pay you, here's how it's going to be done, and a full, complete contract will be done at a later date. But here's the understanding we're going to agree upon, and then a contract will be done later. That's generally how a lot of these matters go down. They have boilerplate stuff they already have available to do that with. So.
Boilerplates and memorandums and what was it?
Yep.
All right.
Memorandum of understanding.
Ah, yeah, those. I've had a few of those last night.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, we're going to talk to Tom Murphy coming up in just a minute. I want to tell you about Gaston's White River Resort before we go. 40% off right now with winter rates. It started here in December, going to run for a few months. So if the holidays are a good time, January, February is a good time for you to get away. Maybe you're thinking already about getting away for a few days around Valentine's Day. Go ahead and book a great stay at Gaston's and get 40% off lodging. Gives you more money to fish. And book one of their great guides. Wintertime fishing can be great. Bundle up and enjoy the White River. The fishing is consistent, and it's outstanding in the winter because there's less people on the river, so you can catch more of those big browns and trophy rainbows right now at Gaston's White River Resort. 40% off with winter rates. Call and get the details today. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
Save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on a brand new Hot Springs hot tub during Burton Pools and Spa's holiday sale. Every hot tub in stock is on sale with over 60 luxury spas to choose from, starting at $26.95. Just $26.95. That includes delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Don't miss Burton Pools and Spa's holiday sale going on now. Once it's over, it's over. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor. As the calendar winds down, Williams Tractor is winding up the savings on your favorite color, True Blue. During the True Blue sales event going on now at Williams Tractor, take advantage of 0% financing, cashback options, and other year-end specials on select New Holland tractors, hay and forage products, and material handling equipment. Get in on all the True Blue savings now at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. But hurry in, the deal's in when the year does, on December 31st.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
People love to hate on boneless wings. At GG Hot Stuff posted, if you eat boneless wings, you trash. Well, Hot Stuff, your trash must be delicious because Buffalo Wild Wings completely reinvented their boneless wings. They're meatier and juicier. At T-Bone Magic posted, only children eat boneless wings. Well, T-Bone, we can all learn a lot from children, like how boneless wings are delicious. So get to B-Dubs and try the new boneless wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Barley is the soul of Budweiser. That's why we've been working with the same family-owned American farms for more than 50 years to harvest it. The secrets to growing this grain perfectly have been passed down through 3 generations. For them, it's a legacy. And it's why only the best barley and locally sourced ingredients are used to make Budweiser. Budweiser is proudly raised across America. This Bud's from our barley farmers. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you looking for a new place to call home? Whether you're looking for an apartment, duplex, townhome, or a house, Trinity Multifamily has you covered. They even have options in surrounding states, from Texas to Michigan and Kansas to Tennessee. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Elite Roofing is a locally owned roofing contractor. If you're building a new home or maybe need a new roof on your existing home, Elite Roofing can take care of you. Elite Roofing is known for their dependability and reliability. Just ask any of their satisfied customers. They are licensed and insured, and references are available upon request. If you need a roof, call your local roofing contractors. Elite Roofing, 478-8668. That's 478-8668. Elite Roofing, 478-8668.
Deer season, duck season, and the holiday seasons are here. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear and gift items for all the seasons. Firearms, footwear, archery, waterfowl, fishing, cold weather clothing, workwear, work boots, casual shoes and boots, hiking boots, and hundreds of great gift ideas for the holiday season. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, your store for work and the great outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Does this sound like you?
Or is this more like it?
Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask shelter agents Brandon Zimmerman or Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Tri-Hill Turf offers the highest quality turf and pest services. Hey, you say those are big words. Well, let's see. Tri-Hill Turf and Pest has a company agronomist, state and nationally certified technicians, free soil testing, and they even have precision GPS guided application equipment. Now that's high tech. For over 30 years, Tri-Hill Turf and Pest has used the latest application technology, and they strive for turf and pest excellence. They are your local turf and pest experts. Call the local team at 782-0404. Tri-Hill Turf and Pest.
Hey dads, do you have an athlete in your house that is looking to take their skills to the next level? Excel Speed Training at the Fort Smith Athletic Club has the proven results to maximize your athlete's potential. Designed for both male and female athletes of all ages and various sports to improve mobility, endurance, agility, and vertical jump. Take your game to the next level with Excel Speed Training. Call Mike Johnson at 479-926-0193. That's Mike at 479-926-0193 at the Fort Smith Athletic Club.
ESPN 95.3.
There's a little girl in our neighborhood. Her name is Charlotte Johnson, and she's really looking good.
The Morning Rush, streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. And follow us on Twitter at HitThatLineAR.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. The Razorback basketball team is going to be playing tonight, folks, at Bud Walton Arena, 7 o'clock, which means you got to eat dinner before you go to the game. And what better place to do it than Sassy's with their 2 locations in Fayetteville, off of College and off of Weddington. I'm a big wing guy, and they have award-winning smoked wings. I mean, they are phenomenal. You got to get it. What was it, Tommy? The honey sriracha? Is that
the honey sriracha is my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. You got honey and you got sriracha. What more do you need?
Little spice,
little sweetness,
little sweet.
Yeah, that's exactly how you need
like
them.
This morning show.
Yeah, that's what we got accused of. But they have it at Sassy's with their award-winning smoked wings. They are phenomenal. They have great barbecue options, of course. My favorite, the barbecue nachos. You got to try that out as well. Great burgers, great catfish, great everything. They got a full bar. They got all the TVs in the world. They got everything you need when it comes to lunch and or dinner. So check out Sassy's with their 2 locations in Fayetteville, again, off of College and off of Weddington. Let's go to the Cherokee Casino Hotline and welcome in a finalist for the Arkansas Sports Writer of the Year Award, Tom Murphy of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Good morning, Tom.
Oh, man, how do, man? It's good to be on with you guys.
Yeah, it's good to be on with you. And again, congratulations for being a finalist on the Arkansas Sports Writer of the Year Award.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I think there's a bunch of us, so we'll see.
You're up against Bob Holt and Andrew Hutchinson, Jeremy. So I mean, I know Bob's a good friend. Andrew's a good friend. I mean, you know, what do? You throw Bob down the stairs? Do you handle the young whippersnapper? How do you handle this?
Yeah, it's like that movie that just came out, Knives Out. I might be the last one standing when it's all said and done.
Well, that'll be good. That'll be good, Tom. Well, we got a lot of things we want to get into with you, man. Obviously, we're in the thick and heavy of the Razorback football coaching search. It would seem like there was so much smoke yesterday going on with a lot of former players tweeting out cryptic tweets, Hunter Yurachek having stuff. But there's no fire to it all. So what can you tell us about the latest in the coaching search? Do you have any information? Just what's going on right now?
Yeah, I'll get to that, but I got to tell you, John, I have to guess that yesterday was right in your wheelhouse, like a walk-off triple, man. It wasn't quite the grand slam, but it was a walk-off triple. The frivolity and hijinks that were going on social media yesterday for you.
Oh, man. I call it a feeding frenzy. I just like throw out the food and let it roll.
So, Tom, you were at the Springdale Airport Sunday night, right?
That's correct.
John Neighbors was the reason you had to be there, correct?
No, there was some other intel. I mean,
that's not the right answer.
Tommy's trying to blame me for all of it.
Let me ask the question again. John Neighbors was the reason you had to be there, right, Tom?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And all his plane tracking.
John.
Yeah. Big J. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, yeah, you're the plane track guru, man, and I called him citizen journalist, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's what I try to do. So, but really, though, Tom, I do appreciate it. But what do you know about it? What's the latest, man?
Well, what happens on these things is there's some frenzies because, there was definitive information that Lane Kiffin interviewed. So everybody thinks, well, it's just going to happen. And it seems to me it kind of goes this way with a lot of coaching searches. As soon as people hear that some person interviewed, then it's almost done or is done. It's only signing on the bottom line that has to take place. But no, I mean, they interviewed some more folks yesterday, from what I understand, talking to people, and at least one interview today. So I think we're a few days away from a definitive answer, but I don't think the names of guys they've talked to has strayed far from like the original list you saw, and I think there's a couple that may not have been, right at the very top, just some outside the box type guys, because that's the way Hunter Yurachek works. And that's why I asked him yesterday, Eric Musselman yesterday, what it's like to interview Hunter. And I think he has a way of having people at their ease, but also asking very pertinent questions and centering it around the student athletes. So I think we're a few days away, and they're doing their vetting process. And what happens is when something like yesterday flares up, then the search people, Hunter Yurachek, John Fagg, will get all kinds of feedback and input from the people who matter on what they think of Lane Kiffin. And so it's almost it's just like putting your finger up in the air and, testing the temperature of this particular candidate.
Well, the same thing happened with Kelvin Sampson in the basketball coaching search, and then out of left field over here we get Eric Musselman. Do you think Lane Kiffin will ultimately be the Kelvin Sampson of this search?
Well, that could happen that way. We don't know that, and but I think they're talking to some folks who eventually, if they get hired, I think. Here's the thing: not any individual hire, I think, is going to be a 100% at the very beginning. That was my guy. And there's going to be a little disunity on that, but I also think that it's imperative for Arkansas fans, because of the hole the Razorbacks are in, to rally around whoever it is and give the guy a chance. I mean, this is they're having to sell this program a little bit and all the resources and stuff behind it. And so, as Hunter Yurachek said, they know how important it is to nail this hire, because football is the engine that drives the athletic department.
So, Tom, what type of time frame are we looking at? And just in your opinion, it will be next week before we have a name? Could it be this weekend? What's the time frame here?
Yeah, I think it could be a few days. And let's just say, suppose that they settle on Lane Kiffin. Well, he's coaching the game on Saturday, and I don't think there's enough time left in this week to, try to have a press conference unless he doesn't coach the game. But I don't think that would be fair for his players at Florida Atlantic. So I think if Lane Kiffin's the guy they settle on, then I would like to think it'd be later in the weekend or early next week.
All right, real quick, also, Tom, I want to ask you this because I got into some discussions yesterday about it. Ole Miss and Missouri, both jobs are open up at this point in time. Both of them, you could even say, were a little surprising. I don't believe that either job impacts Arkansas directly in this coaching search. What do you think?
I think it could. I mean, face it, man. When that fake news broke yesterday about Mike Leach hired to Ole Miss, I thought, ooh, because I think he's a guy who would bring instant credibility in quarterbacks and receivers. This is like a Barry Switzer talk here. Quarterbacks and receivers would basically come to you. They know what Mike Leach has done. I think he put up a very nice offensive product starting next year. So he's hired guys like Alex Grinch to be his defensive coordinator, guys who get it, man, who know how to coach defense. And so I think you could do a lot worse than Mike Leach. And who knows, man? He was about to step into this league in Tennessee. Why wouldn't Ole Miss or Missouri go after him?
Should certainly be interesting of what the coaching carousel is going to happen in this conference, and we'll keep an eye on it. We'll discuss it more with you on Thursday, Tom. Always appreciate you joining us, man. We'll see you on Thursday, all right?
Oh, yeah. Sounds outstanding. See you.
All right, appreciate it. That was Tom Murphy, the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. All guests join us via the Cherokee Casino hotline.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, carports, and custom trim. Contractors as well as the do-it-yourselfers are welcome at Metal Mart. They have locations in Fort Smith, Mayflower, Jonesboro, Pine Bluff, and in Little Rock as well. Plus, check out Metal Direct in the capital city. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Coming up next on the Morning Rush, it's dubs and scrubs. It's a Tuesday, so we got to get into who gets the dub, who gets the scrub here on the Morning Rush. We also got, I know, a few text messages and phone calls coming in via the Cherokee Casino hotline, 877-377-6963. We'll get to all that and more on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
What's your more? Maybe it's more early morning duck calls at your own private duck club. Whatever you'd like more of, Mega Millions from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery can turn those dreams into reality. And the next drawing is for more than $260 million. So go to your local lottery retailer and get your ticket to more today. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Metal Direct offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shops, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Direct assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by their location at 7420 Inmar Drive in Little Rock, 1 block off University behind Napa Auto Parts, or call them at 501-562-3112. Metal Direct, the right material for the right price.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
It sure is. We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
Oh, what was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Bill, honey, come here.
Okay. And did I mention every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? Our 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan. It's happening again.
Dad, hang up the phone. I am so sorry.
Toyotathon is on now. Come in today. Bring your mom.
Participating dealers only. Offers end January 6th. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. See participating dealer for coverage details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Kohler & Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Just call 484-9888. And Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888. And online, KohlerGreen.com.
Let's celebrate this holiday season at the Golf Nut. Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls for only $39.99 a dozen. Callaway Chrome soft golf balls, get 2 dozen for only $70. Get a great deal on Titleist Vokey SM7 wedges, only $119.99. The Golf Nut has over 300 pair of golf shoes, and check out their great selection of golf bags and apparel. Gift certificates are always a great idea. The one-stop shop for your favorite golfer this Christmas season is at the Golf Nut. 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
The second location for Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is now open. Located on the east side of town on Phoenix Avenue, next to Dollar General and across from Interstate Batteries. Serving that award-winning Memphis-style barbecue and all your favorite sides, Monday through Saturday, 11 till 8. Pickup orders for Whole Hog Cafe Phoenix Avenue can be placed at 646-2495 or at wholehogfortsmith.com. Whole Hog Cafe's second location on Phoenix Avenue is now open.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Do you hear that Coors Light being poured? It's the perfect temperature. How can I tell just based on the sound? I can't. But I can see that the mountain on the can is blue. And when the mountain is blue, your Coors Light is perfectly cold. Coors Light is cold lagered for a crisper taste, cold filtered for brightness and clarity, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Doesn't that sound good? 2019 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
ho, ho! Merry Christmas from Frank Rowe Furniture.
Here at Frank Rowe Furniture, for the month of December, is offering no sales tax and free delivery. What a wonderful gift for Christmas to our customers. We carry many made-in-the-USA products, including Catnap, Best Home Furnishings, Union Furniture, Affordable Furniture, and Speed Queen Laundry. We offer several financing options, including in-house no-credit check financing. Merry Christmas from Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house.
When weather hits, the right wiper blades make all the difference. That's when the Michelin Man is on your side, helping you see better and drive safer with new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Designed with exclusive SmartFlex technology or frameless beam design, Michelin blades flex to the curve of your windshield, giving you unparalleled, streak-free, long-lasting, all-season performance. So when the going gets tough, be ready with Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. It's a difference you can see. Available at Walmart, Pep Boys, Amazon, and other fine retailers.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Clear to partly cloudy as we head through the night. Our overnight low will drop down upper 20s to near 30. An increase in the sunshine on Tuesday, our high in the mid to upper 50s. Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, our high upper 50s to lower 60s. And then a chance of a few showers or storms Thursday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Bush and Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly. Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is the Morning Rush.
You know, it's always important for coaches on camp. I mean, I want to learn from other coaches on campus. I've gone to dinner with a lot of the coaches on campus and to be able to share ideas. And I'm anxious, just like, you know, all the fans are, you know, on the decision that Hunter's going to make. And, you know, I think that as everybody in the department looks forward to, you know, who the next hire is and becoming partners and family members together.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
I'm not known as a guy who gets hand cramps when I'm writing checks.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Two hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Maddie T, all in studio with you today. And thank you, as always, for making us a part of your morning this morning on a Toyota Tuesday. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready Family Tough Tundra, and the Go Anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. If you want to get on the conversation, call or text the Cherokee Casino hotline at 877-377-6963. Tommy, how many times have you heard, I'm trying to remember how to phrase this. How many times have you heard, I guess in the past few days, that either I know a guy or this is what I'm hearing or it just seems like everybody's got somebody that knows somebody that did somebody.
People with sources.
Yeah, because I don't think any of us have sources. Like, listen, I'd like to pretend that I could sit here and I'm like, I got all these insiders. No, I don't. I don't have any insiders. And I'm okay with that. Because there's nothing, I guess, more demoralizing than you go all in on something, some big story, and then he makes it look like an idiot because it's all false.
I'm just staying in my lane over here.
Are you in the left lane with Lane Kiffin?
I'm on the shoulder.
Is that what you're trying to say, Tommy? Is it trying to be cryptic too? You're staying in your lane, as in Lane Kiffin.
I just don't think. Here's my point, I guess, or here's my thinking. Here's my logic. Hunter Yurachek's been on the job almost 2 years now.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah,
he was hired early December, so
2017. Yeah,
right at 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you know that know him well, particularly in the media?
Oh, not
How
a
many
soul.
friends do you know of Hunter Yurachek?
None. I don't think he has friends.
I mean, I just don't know enough people. Now, I don't live in Fayetteville, but I know a lot of media that do. I just don't know many people that have developed a deep relationship with him. You know, Jeff Long just had a different way of going about it. You know, I had a different working relationship with Jeff Long than I do Hunter Yurachek. Just did.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff Long was here 10 years. You know, that developed over time. I just don't think people know Hunter Yurachek well enough to have sources, or I don't think Hunter Yurachek has developed enough of a network outside of the athletic department for people to know. I don't think Hunter Yurachek has people he's telling. So people that say they have sources, what sources? I just don't think there's leaks. I just don't think there's leaks because I don't think Hunter Yurachek has people to tell.
And there wasn't any for Eric. Listen, there wasn't any leaks for Eric Musselman.
Just my opinion.
No, I mean, there was no leaks for Musselman. So
I mean, I just his relative length on the job, short length on the job. I just don't think there's a lot of people that have developed close relationships with him at this point.
No, I don't either, and that's why people who say they have sources and stuff just don't believe it, folks.
We're
don't
getting
believe
all sorts of. You're getting more than I do because you've got twice as many followers on Twitter as I do, and you're closer to college age kids and stuff. I mean, but you've got people up there tweeting at you that, hey, I know a player on the team, or I am a former player, or I am this, and they have told us. No, they haven't. That's not the way the process works. I'm just trying to use my common sense and logic by going through like 5 football coaching searches in the last while doing this. That I know how this kind of works.
Yeah.
They're not coming in and doing a straw poll with the football team. They're not asking the senior captains, hey, what do you think about Lane Kiffin? They're not going to.
That's not happening.
That's not happening. The new coach will meet with the team after he's been introduced in a press conference.
Mm-hmm.
The team may be sitting in the first few rows of that press conference. That may happen too, or some of the team. Probably not all of the team.
Mm-hmm.
That may or may not occur. But this idea that, because you've had several, I've had none, players and people that claim to be former players or whatever tell you, we know. I mean, they've told us it's Kiffin. Well,
no, you don't.
No, you don't either.
And if they did, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
Or else it would be out
Who's
there.
told you?
Yeah.
And see,
Hunter Yurachek call you up saying, hey, by the way.
I don't trust anything or anybody at this point. So I'm just kind of silent on all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot of self-serving misinformation out there right now.
Oh yeah,
I'm just not going to put myself out there.
Mm-mm. And again,
to be double wrong.
Yeah, and if you,
I'll give you my opinion, but I'm not going to tell you I know because I don't know.
Right, and
anyone that says I know, well, okay,
yeah,
I know what my opinion is. That's all I can tell you.
Listen, we're all out here just waiting, and like I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with the whole craziness. It's a trip. Yeah. It's entertaining. It's fun.
I just know that,
but I don't know anything.
Listen, Hunter being on the job 2 years and not having the network of people where the information can leak out, that's my opinion of just reading the situation. You may agree with that or not agree with that, but that's my read on it.
Yeah.
And I think that's, from where I sit, I don't think there's a lot of leaks because of his brevity on this job in relative terms.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat with you. That's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get into some dubs and scrubs here on the Morning Rush.
Some people were born to get dubs.
I'm hollering loud because I can back up every word. And I'll whoop any man in the world, and I want everybody out there on TV to know it. I am the greatest.
Others were born to be scrubs.
These guys, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat anybody this year.
Don't listen to him, Hank. He's a loser.
Good thing we get to decide who gets dubs and who's the scrubs on the Morning Rush.
All right, it's time for Dubs and Scrubs, brought to you by Brent Higgins Trucking.
Hey, if you have experience transporting frozen and refrigerated goods and you want to be a part of a trucking family with insurance and be home every week, you need to contact Brent Higgins Trucking. They've been in business for more than 20 years. They're located in Mulberry, but they proudly deliver to and from various areas of the United States, including but not limited to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. They're looking for team members all over the Morning Rush listing area where you can be a name, not just a number. So call Brent today, 479-997-2366. That's 997-2366, or apply online at BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Should we do dubs or scrubs first? Should we go with happiness or crapping on somebody? How should we do this?
It's up to you.
Yeah, well, all
Your
right.
call. You've been tracking planes.
Well, I tell you what. Last week we started off with the scrubs, so this time let's start with the dubs. Let's go with the more of the positive
I'm ready
side
either
of
way.
things, no matter what. I guess when I was thinking about it yesterday, and obviously with all the stuff going on with the coaching search, sometimes you can kind of get blinded with it all. But my dub goes to Hunter Yurachek because of the cryptic tweet he sent out yesterday of just putting out like hashtag Hog1 and had a stealth bomber with a Razorback on it where it connected and then flew off. I mean, that was just fantastic. And I felt like as an athletic director, you always like to have your AD show a little sense of humor in the whole thing because it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This coaching search is ridiculous.
His Twitter game's improving. Jeff Long had a really strong Twitter game, and Hunter Yurachek's has been different. And I'd say it's improving. The sarcasm's starting to inject itself.
Yeah. I mean, he's over here just, having a good time with it all. And what I'm hoping is that by him putting out those cryptic tweets, he's pretty comfortable, pretty confident in the situation. Feels good about the process and how it's going so far. But the fact that he went out there and tweeted that out, I loved it because it could have meant anything. That's what was so great about it. Did it mean that it's all coming together? Did it mean that he's being stealthy because it's a stealth bomber? Did he mean that he's
under the radar?
He's got the coach on the plane right now. I mean, is he under the radar?
Is he flying under the radar?
Yeah. I mean, it could have been anything. So it was awesome to see, and I'm glad that he's kind of embracing the ridiculousness of it all because, again, coaching search, especially in Arkansas, is ridiculous. So my dub goes to Hunter Yurachek having a good sense of humor of it all.
My dub goes to John Neighbors.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Where's the sarcasm? Where is the big setup of, insulting me here?
None.
This cannot stand.
None. There's no sarcasm here. Because
okay, let me sit back.
Yeah. This flight tracking and all of this was completely your deal, your idea, and you ran with it. And some people wanted to completely go off the deep end with it. And you made it entertaining. And you went over the top with it, which made it even more entertaining. And some of these people that starch their underwear in the media, they're plane cracking. These people that just think they know and they're cracking planes, and these people that are taking
rookie journalist
veiled shots at you. Come on, get over yourself. John's just having fun over here.
Exactly.
And I was interested, so I clicked on it. You've gained 1,000. Twitter followers?
I've gained over 3,000 followers in the past 36 hours. I'm up to 10,350.
Because you were like 8. I thought you were 8,000 or something.
No, I was a little. Well, I guess 2,500 roughly is what I meant.
So. I mean, so good for you.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of what you did. You made it entertaining, and it didn't hurt anything.
No.
It didn't harm any. You didn't put out bad information that harmed anything.
Yeah,
or,
that I said
derailed
that
the search.
Lane Kiffin's the guy,
or gave the audience online a reason to believe something that wasn't true. So, but it kept people engaged, and you had people nationally kind of looking into stuff that I just thought it was fun. And it was good to watch from afar, and so my dub goes to you.
Well, thank you, Tommy.
All you media people out there want to starch your underwear, just get over yourself.
Starch your underwear. That's a good one. Well, I will say, Tommy, that I'm going to forget the Arkansas Broadcaster of the Year award. That right there is the real award that Tommy Kraft put me in his dub.
Listen, we do this for fun.
Yeah,
down here.
That's all it is, man. It's
and
fun.
the millions of dollars we make
of course,
to host a radio show.
Of course,
we could retire tomorrow if we wanted. But that being said, we do this for the passion. I mean, we this is one of the fun times to do this job. There are times where this job can be mundane and routine, and you have to go through a dadgum 2-win football season again, and it can be hard to deal with. The coaching searches, and when you, the people out there, are really locked in, this is when we want to be behind the microphone.
Oh, yeah. This is prime time, baby.
This is prime time, and I thought what you did Sunday particularly just made it more fun to do this job.
Yeah, and that's all I want to do. And that's because, again, if you have followed me on social media, or if you've listened to this show especially, you should know by this point that I do not take myself very seriously. Or anything. Nor should I. Or anything I say or anything like that. This is all just for fun. I have fun with my job. I'm very fortunate to have this job, but I have fun with it. And I like to make it the most entertaining I possibly can. So that's all what it's all about. It's just having a good time with it, letting everybody know that it's not too serious because, again, at the end of the day, when Hunter Yurchik makes that decision, and not a single iota of the impact of that decision is going to be made because of what I said on Twitter about flight tracking.
Sometimes we just need to entertain ourselves.
Yes. Sometimes, because,
come on, folks. We sat in here 15 hours a week, 3 hours a day, and made the most of a 2-win football season. Give us a little credit.
Yeah.
But we want to, John wants to track some planes. Just give him some leeway here.
That's right. And my team has done a fantastic job of doing the plane tracking.
I guess off the air, I'm going to have to inquire who your team is.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a team.
No,
actually.
I have a team. I have a team. You think I'm capable of doing this?
I think he makes all this up.
I think it's just for show.
I think it's fictional writing.
You're giving me way too much credit.
That's why you're my dub this week. I think you have created all this with fictional writing, and it's fantastic. You should be the Arkansas Broadcaster of the Year based on this.
I know, and it's a shame that
no
the voting
longer
was
should you be on the watch list. Yeah, you were a week late.
A week late. It's kind of like what they used to do when they would give the national championship to the college football team before the bowl game. That's what I kind of feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my bowl game.
It's like the 1960s all
and
over
I disagree with the guy on Twitter. I don't think you're riding Tommy's coattails.
Oh, really?
I think you're paving away yourself.
You think I have my own coattails?
Yeah, I want to get on your coattails.
I think he's trying to catch my coattails. So.
Yeah, I got to find your coattails. Yeah. No, that's
he's on the tassels of my coattails.
There you go.
Trying to catch the tassels on my coattails.
But listen, it's all in fun, and just to let you know, guys, everybody out there listening, I'm gonna have more information today on plane tracking.
You're sending your guys out.
I already have tweets coming in right now. If you guys need an update,
can we get a report on the vending machine food at the Springdale Airport? That's what we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you need to really get to the heavy hitting information. Yeah. But here, I tell you what, here's a little sample. Here's a little freebie for you. The LJ-45 Ghost is heading northeast out of the Springdale Airport. Right now, it is flying over Springfield as we speak.
All right.
Stand by. I will have more information as it comes along.
You haven't had one plane coming out of Drake yet.
Nope. Which, again, makes it funny that people actually think that it's like,
that's the logical part that I can't figure out. Well, the university planes are kept at Drake.
Yeah. New development. It's heading to Rochester. So,
which Rochester? New York or Minnesota?
No, just right now it just says Rochester.
Oh,
I would say New York.
Someone going to Mayo Clinic?
I think it's going to Rochester, New York.
Maybe they're trying to find a cure for these mumps up there.
Yeah, that may be what it is. So, but it's all in fun, folks. That's for sure. All right, going on to the scrub. I know we kind of got on our dub, but going on to the scrub. My scrub is an easy one. Elijah Moore from, I know we've talked about it, and this happened almost a week ago, but with the holiday, it's all been up there. But he's my scrub, the Ole Miss wide receiver that, of course, lifted his leg. And in celebration, ended up costing Ole Miss the game, ended up costing Matt Luke his job, and all of that. And the reason he's my scrub is because it was funny, but it was a selfish act by a player. And because of that selfish act, look at the impact it had. I don't think that he saw it that way or he thought that I'm going to do this and I'm going to get my coach fired or anything like that. But it is certainly one of those things that you have to look back on and say, this is why it's so important to have discipline. And this is why it's so important to make sure that in college football in general, one play, one mistake, one decision can have an impact that goes so much further than what you even realize.
Think about this. 500 people will probably have to find new homes. And what I mean is probably 100 people within the athletic department at Ole Miss that will get fired. Coaches, whatever, support staff, all that will move on with Matt Luke or just be out of jobs. Their families. So there's a couple hundred people. Then the new staff, whoever the coach brings in, all his family. So there's 300-400 people minimum that are going to have to find new places to live as a result of a guy acting like a dog peeing.
Mm-hmm. That one act. And that's what I'm just saying. It's
and you can
crazy.
Say, well, how about why isn't the kicker getting blamed for missing the kick? If he'd have made the kick, no one cares. Well, you may be right.
True. But,
But the kicker should have been put in that spot.
Yeah, you don't need to make it worse on him. You don't need to put cinder blocks on him to try to kick a field goal. But that's what you did. You handcuffed him a little bit to make a tougher kick. So he's definitely my scrub because, again, not to just single him out because I think it happens a lot in college football, but just one bad mistake, especially something like that. It'd be one thing if it happened on the field and you just dropped a pass, but to do that if you didn't have to do it, I mean, it just would have made all the difference in the world.
Is Joe Moorhead out at Mississippi State if they lose that game?
Yes, I think so, because then they lose to because Ole Miss was not a good team this year, and they would have lost to a 5-7 Ole Miss team at home. So, yeah, it's another impact, too.
Yeah.
Could have changed everything.
So that guy keeps his job, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Luke, who had gotten a vote of confidence leading up to the game, gets fired by an AD who had been on the job a week or whatever, 10 days.
Yeah. Ole Miss better make sure they get this one right,
I don't think the AD made – I mean, I think he was sitting, hey, go in there and fire that guy.
It was a long time coming, though. I think it's a mess over there.
He hadn't been there that long.
No, but I'm just saying a long time coming is in, like, this wasn't a snap decision made against Mississippi State, that they weren't going to fire him at all, but then that game happened, then they decided to fire him. I think it was the final nail in the coffin for him, though.
But they'd just given him a vote of confidence.
I know.
Keith Carter had.
That makes me wonder, was it – because if they made a snap irrational decision like that, an emotional decision.
I think they were embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a big part, because that was pretty embarrassing.
And the backlash and – I mean, every radio station in the South talking about you.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I think that, is just, I don't say it's an overreaction. It was just a reaction to what happened.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. We got a few minutes left. What's your scrub?
Well, I was going to say all the people that were overreacting to your plane tracking. We kind of covered that already.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to something we talked about yesterday, and that's Nick Saban claiming it was unfair.
Oh, yeah.
And the officiating being unfair. You listen, I have a lot of respect for Saban because he's earned it. But, dude, I mean, to say the officiating was unfair to Alabama, are you kidding me? Has anyone gotten more breaks and earned more breaks than Alabama over the last decade?
No.
And you want to say it was unfair? What was unfair about it? It was all by the rules. Did anything that Gus Malzahn did by putting the punter at wideout violate a rule? He just outsmarted you, man. He outfoxed the fox. You got outcoached.
And that does not happen often, but he did.
And you forgot to get your punt returner who was deep off the field. And give credit to the officials for not missing it. I mean, that's why you have three officials counting the defensive players.
12 men on the field is not a judgment call.
No, and you can't miss that. That's one of those that, like, it's a complete controllable. Yep. You can control how many players. I mean, you can control counting the players. So that was, him saying that was unfair just is complete scrub for me.
Makes it laughable, too, to me.
Yeah.
The fact that, Nick Saban, of all people, says that they got some sort of unfair advantage or anything like that. I think he's only got 2 years left. Throwing it out there. Make it happen.
He's got to win one more title, though. I think it comes next year.
He might.
Yeah. Hey, save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on brand new Hot Springs hot tubs during Burton Pools and Spa's holiday sale. It's going on right now. Every Hot Springs hot tub in stock is on sale with over 60 luxury spas to choose from right now at Burton Pools and Spas, and they start at $26.95. This includes delivery, cover, and startup chemicals to get you started this right now. Stay warm and cozy this winter in your new hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. It would make a perfect holiday gift for you and your family. The holiday sale on right now at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
877-377-6963 is the number to call or to text into the Cherokee Casino hotline. We'll get to those phone calls and text messages as well as the SEC update coming up next on The Morning Rush.
This is Toyota.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man. and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hello, my name is Sean Brazel. I'm with the Fence Man and Quantum Property Services. I'm here to give you the brass tacks and hard facts of what encompassing all of your property needs are. We can help you with your real estate, your property management, your construction, and
your money. Hi, I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox. I'm here to talk to you about maximizing your return on your investment and also helping you get creative with your financing. Please, when you think of Quantum Property Services, Inc., give us a call at 479-434-6860. That's 479-434-6860. I'm Andy, Money Talks Knox.
brass tacks, hard facts.
Hi, I'm Hector here from La Huertas. We like everything hot. La Huertas, we're fresh, authentic Mexican food served every day. La Huertas has 4 locations in the Fort Smith area with daily happy hours and a margarita night. Check it out. We're open 7 days a week with draft beer specials. Monday and Thursday night football. We are Fort Smith Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Yes, sir, we are. Fresh, homemade flour tortillas. La Huertas. At Rogers and Garrison location. Eat until you hurt. In Fort Smith, La Huertas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith. Could be better.
Well, that's good. Hey, if you thought the food sucked.
Well, maybe the turkey was dry or it wasn't smoked, or maybe you want a fried turkey. You've been hearing about, Bob down in the other cubicle at work had a fried turkey.
Those are amazing.
They're pretty good. Where do you go to get one? Because I don't want to fry a turkey. Do you want to buy peanut oil and you risk burning down your house? Why don't you go to Art's Barbecue? Call Wade at 452-2550. They can fry your turkey, smoke your turkey, or maybe you want to do like a prime rib, a beef tenderloin, stuffed pork loin or pork loin, anything. They can smoke all kinds of meats for you, do the sides, turkeys, fried turkeys, all of that stuff for your Christmas gathering. A lot of people will be getting together on different days and different times, or maybe you're looking for someone to do your corporate catering this year. They can take care of all of that for you as well. They got a great menu, a very diverse menu. It doesn't have to just be barbecue. It doesn't have to just be turkey or ham. Call Wade. They can do just about anything. So if you're wanting catfish, you're wanting ribs, you're wanting turkey, ham, whatever kind of got on your mind, they can do just about anything. 479-452-2550 for Art's Barbecue for all your holiday catering needs.
All right, let's get into your SEC update here on the Morning Rush.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, it's time for your SEC update presented by Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear.
Hey, it's the only store you need to go to this holiday season to get all your shopping done for everyone on your holiday list, for everyone in your family and your friends. Firearm brands from Benelli, Glock, Smith & Wesson, Tika, Wilson Combat, Daniel Defense, and more. Great clothing and footwear brands from UMG, Drake, Carhartt, Columbia, Boutique brands, New Balance, Twisted X, Ariat, and a lot more. And if you want to personalize something, they can do that now in their new print and embroidery shops. If you'd like to take a shirt or a jacket or anything, you want to personalize it, get someone's name embroidered on it, or maybe you want to give some corporate gifts this year, give your employees some gifts with their name on it, you can do that as well with their print and embroidery shop. They can get everything you need right there at the Ozarks. You're not going to find a better place to shop for anything and everything for your family or yourself than the Ozarks. Ozark Sportsman Supply and Ozark Outpost Casual Clothing and Footwear. Highway 412 West, barely out of Springdale and Tawnytown.
By the way, real quick, I found out that it's hard to hear music and whatnot that's playing in the background when you have a Santa Claus hat on and you have the headphones going on over it because
you cut some holes in it.
I was trying to think of what way I could do it. I could do it like Matty T and have the earbuds in. I should maybe do that, but I'm sitting here and I'm like playing this music bed and I'm like, I can't hear anything. I thought I was going deaf, and then I remembered. I was like, no, because I'm an idiot and I have a Santa Claus hat on. So, anyway, just wanted to share that fun fact with everybody.
Are you an idiot because you have the Santa Claus hat on, or is that why you're the idiot?
Yeah, take your pick. Whatever you want to say to it. But for
so
your
are you going to be tracking the sleigh this year too?
Ooh. No, I'm going to leave that to. Isn't it like
NORAD? NORAD does that. Yeah.
Who's NORAD?
It's the National Order of. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
it's a government deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it stand for, Tommy?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, you were looking at us like, oh my gosh, how do you not know that? But then you don't even know what it stands for.
National Order
of Radar Detecting Agency.
We could. This is the greatest thing about what we have is that we have this thing called
I watched
the Googles.
War Games once
with Matthew Broderick.
Oh yeah, great movie.
You got to be careful sometimes. When you're playing on the computer, you may start like a World War.
Yeah, wasn't he's changing his grades? Was that what he was trying to do? That's where it all started.
Into NORAD, wasn't it?
Yeah,
great movie.
Okay, well,
and very realistic too.
Yeah, back when the Russians.
I think it's air defense, regional air defense. North American Regional Air Defense, I think it is.
Finally I get my O key to work on my keyboard. It's North American Aerospace Defense Command.
Yeah, okay, that's wrong.
I was close.
Yeah, okay, finally. SEC update, though. It's going on as much as we like to talk about NORAD. But the big news
yesterday.
They
could track Hunter Yurichek?
Who?
NORAD.
I am sure.
I bet they could.
I'm sure they could
track
find a
Santa
way.
Claus, I'm sure
I bet if they can track Santa, they could track that foundation plan.
Exactly. The big news, though, from yesterday's SEC news was, of course, Auburn was fined $250,000 for the fans rushing the field because it is the fourth time
Big deal.
that the Auburn fans have rushed the field.
Big deal. This is, and that's fine. I mean, you got to have some kind of policy, procedure, punishment in place because you can't have. I mean, it's dangerous when people rush the field. People get hurt.
It's dangerous.
And jumping into bushes and stuff.
Yeah, like the ladies were doing yesterday.
But these are athletic departments that have $150 million a year. What's $250,000?
They won't even miss it.
They won't even miss it. That's
Yeah.
exactly right, Matt.
So, I wonder. I need to see what would be. What if they rush the field again? How much would it go up to?
If it's to
500?
if it's to win the Iron Bowl, it wouldn't matter if it's $5 million. If it's to win the Iron Bowl, they'll pay it.
Are you someone who enjoys or thinks it's cool when they rush fields and courts? And
As
stuff?
long as you're not out there. Have you ever been out there when it's rushed and you're trying to get off the court? It's no fun at all.
Have you ever been a part of that, like as an official?
A handful of times, and I'm telling you, it's not a fun deal.
Anybody ever
It's dangerous.
tear down a goalpost or anything?
No, I hadn't been there for that. But
that doesn't really happen much
It does-
anymore.
yeah.
I've noticed
Can we
that.
bring that back?
Yeah, let's bring back tearing down goalpost again. Why did that go away? Because rushing the field's still around, but I guess I don't know.
Did they do something like they did with the breakaway backboards? They made the goalposts stronger now.
Yeah, maybe that's what they do. But I also know that they like to steal pylons and stuff like that too. So I guess that's all the rage. But $250,000 for Auburn rushing the field,
chump change.
I'm sure they'll find a way to pay it, especially if it means
They'll
beating
get over
Bama.
it.
Yeah, they'll find a way to get over it.
Yeah. Hey, lock in your price for 2 years with World of Wireless. Call 877-305-DISH. And if you bought a 4K TV over the Thanksgiving weekend, you can get 4K equipment in every room with one call to World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH. No sense in having a 4K TV without 4K receivers. So if you want to lock in your price for 2 years and get 4K service in every room, because there's a lot more programming, games included, with 4K service from Dish. Find out more about it with a call to World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH.
Final segment of the Morning Rush and more plane tracking coming up next. Stay with us.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
Save up to $2,700 or no interest for 5 years on a brand new Hot Springs hot tub during Burton Pools & Spa's holiday sale. Every hot tub in stock is on sale with over 60 luxury spas to choose from, starting at $26.95. Just $26.95. That includes delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Don't miss Burton Pools & Spa's holiday sale going on now. Once it's over, it's over. Burton Pools & Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, your source for backyard fun.
Hi, this is Jan. Thanks for calling Toyota.
Hi, Jan. I heard Toyotathon is on.
It sure is. We've got great year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, Tundra, Highlander, and more. Do you hear that?
That would be my mom. I'm home for the holidays, and apparently she's still eavesdropping on my calls like she used to.
Oh, what was that again about year-end deals?
Mom.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Bill, honey, come here.
Okay. And did I mention every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? Our 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan. It's happening again.
Dad, hang up the phone. I am so sorry.
Toyotathon is on now. Come in today. Bring your mom.
Participating dealers only. Offers end January 6th. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. See participating dealer for coverage details. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Morning Rush is brought to you by Supercuts, who supports local teams. Supercuts, we're super into the movement.
Your number one Arkansas fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Jerry Roller Insurance is a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Jerry Roller Insurance today at 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com. Again, that's 479-785-5555 or visit their website at jerryroller.com.
Did someone say, I'm hungry? Visit 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Try the new panini sandwiches like the Chicken Pyro or the Cubana or the signature 906 wings. Jumbo wings roasted with honey bacon jam. Want some spice? Try the black and blue wings. Experience their salads, flatbreads, coffees and desserts, top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Treat your appetite on the Avenue.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shops, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. They have locations in Fort Smith, Mayflower, Jonesboro, Pine Bluff, and Little Rock. Or you can find them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Thank you, River Valley, for the 4th consecutive year. You voted Crabtree and Alma the best place to buy an RV. To show our appreciation, we are beginning our Christmas Cash Day sale early. From now through New Year's Eve, you can choose sales tax paid or $1,000 in Christmas cash on the purchase of any RV from Crabtree. And we'll still give you the most for your trade. The best deals of the year are happening now at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
When weather hits, the right wiper blades make all the difference. That's when the Michelin Man is on your side, helping you see better and drive safer with new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Designed with exclusive SmartFlex technology or frameless beam design, Michelin blades flex to the curve of your windshield, giving you unparalleled, streak-free, long-lasting, all-season performance. So when the going gets tough, be ready with Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. It's a difference you can see. Available at Walmart, Pep Boys, Amazon, and other fine retailers.
Sody's Wine and Spirits is making the holidays even brighter for you this year with custom gift baskets. We'll design them with a beer, wine, and spirits of your choice and pair them with a selection of boar's head cheeses and meats, specialty chocolates, or other fun gifts. And have you downloaded our new Sody's app yet? Shop our huge inventory with just a few clicks on your phone, put your order in the virtual cart, then pick it up at our drive-thru and be on your merry way. Just search Sody's in your app store to download. Happy holidays from Sody's Wine and Spirits at Phoenix Avenue and I-540 in Fort Smith.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. It's the Morning Rush with John Neighbors.
I'm a little bit country.
And Tommy Craft.
And I'm a little bit rock and roll.
On the air and online at hitthatline.com.
Final segment here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by Kevin Hickey Law.
If you're going through a divorce, child custody issue, DHS, maybe a criminal matter, it can be a hard time, hard to take as well, and you can be emotional, and you need someone to turn to that's experienced, aggressive, and fighting for you from your corner. That's the team at Kevin Hickey Law. They'll represent you through the whole process. They've seen it all. They've dealt with it all, whether it's angry spouses with false accusations, ugly custody battles, DHS not giving you the whole story. You name it, they've seen it, and they can take care of it and fight these legal battles for you. Call Kevin Hickey today. They're the legal professionals that will handle this matter for you. They have location in the River Valley in Fort Smith, 479-434-2414 is that number. In Northwest Arkansas, contact their offices there at 479-802-6560. Or find Kevin online at kevinhickeylaw.com for those phone numbers and more about their law practice at kevinhickeylaw.com. That's the Kevin Hickey Law Partners. Call them today.
All right, I have a little plane tracking update for you. The Board of Trustees plane that took off from Northwest Arkansas is about to land in Little Rock as we speak. Could be about to put somebody on a Stevens plane because they have a whole hangar there, so stay tuned. Does that do anything for you? Probably not, no. All right, I got to give updates. People want the updates.
A Board of Trustees? I didn't know the Board of Trustees had a plane.
I think it's just
some foundation plane. Or is it a university plane? I don't know.
have to double check on that. It's the foundation. It's the foundation,
Right.
not the board trustees. My information that I was given, I have to get on my team member for giving me false information. Fake news, if you will. So, but yes,
Right.
it is the foundation plane that has been flying down to LIT, so down to Little Rock. But so there's your update on that one. Where's your plane at?
My plane?
Yeah.
It's in the hangar.
Not gonna
Known
bring
as
it
a
out?
garage.
Very fancy garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
double garage.
Yeah, because you like to fly to, or if you really did have a
That would be,
plane.
if I ever hit it big, that would be one thing I'd splurge on.
No, that's one thing you've always talked about is you getting a plane and
Well,
getting your pilot's license.
I would
so you
love
could
to
just
do
fly.
that. I mean, just if nothing else, I could take off and go fish for the afternoon and come back,
That wouldn't be the one thing I would do if I had a plane, but I trust you and respect you enough to know.
You want to go have dinner in St. Louis today, just go do it,
But see, I fear that when I was if I was ever that point, I'd be the laziest person ever because I'd be like, I'd fly from Fort Smith to Fayetteville 100%. Like if I was a Razorback basketball game, I would spend the money on the jet fuel just to fly from Fort Smith to Fayetteville.
There's a difference between having a jet and a plane, though.
Okay. Well,
A
true.
common
Okay.
man, a common man can have a plane. A rich person has a jet.
Well, which one would you want?
Well, I don't know if I'll ever be rich enough to have a jet.
If you were.
Oh, if you're rich enough, if money is no object, I mean, you have millions.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get to a point of having, just millions in disposable. You want a jet. It's faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a common person that could have a plane. Planes are attainable.
Mm-hmm.
One with a prop. Not one like in Major League where they're putting duct tape on it, but
Yeah. Yeah, prop planes. Yeah.
Single engine plane. They're doable.
Yeah. Which are, by the way, also, since that was brought up, for those of you who are trying to help with the plane tracking and you send me screenshots and all that one, I appreciate it. I really do. But, folks, they're not going to be bringing in the new coach on a prop plane.
Nope. Or a crop duster.
Or a crop duster.
No, it will
be. Because I've had people screenshot.
It will be a jet.
I've had people screenshot the plane tracking app and be like, what about this one? Have you seen this? And it's like going down to like a plane that's taken off from somewhere in Arkansas from Harrison or whatnot going down. And I'm like, it's a prop plane.
Nope.
They're not going to be going around on a prop plane with the coaching search. Nice try, though. Nice try.
Maybe a jet prop, though. So
what's the difference?
I mean, there are turbo prop jets.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think you guys are looking in the wrong places, though. You're looking at planes, but you're thinking of airplanes. When you start looking at flat areas of land, I think that's where we're going to find the next coach.
The next coach through a train.
No, planes like.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But like a train traveling on the plane.
Yes, there you go.
Because people have told me.
They keep it moving.
Because that was what people were saying. They're like, well, what if they're? And this is, I'm not kidding. People were wondering if they were to, because all the plane trackers like myself are out there trying to be on their scent. Some of them were saying that they might usher in the new coach via train.
We need train trackers.
Train trackers. That's not a joke. Like that was, people actually said that. They will not hire and bring in the new coach on a train. This is not the late 1800s.
They're not hiring Hugo Besdale.
Yes,
steam engine.
Yes, they're not. Yeah, they're not putting him on a steam engine. They're not heading to Hogwarts. Like there's no train. So, but again, this just goes into the nonsense and the insanity of this whole coaching search and how much I love it. I'm here for it. I'm appreciated. I did start. Okay, I won't say I started all of it, but I have certainly poured gasoline on it all. I am dancing in a pool of gasoline with matches, just waiting for it to just explode. But Taz and Flippin text in. He says, when John starts talking about all this plane tracking, all I can think about is a kid on his iPad tracking Santa Claus. It's like it's kind of the similar thing.
Kind of.
Pretty sure they use the same technology that's on there. But and Bradford and Van Buren says, how do you track the planes? Well, let me tell you.
You just look up in the sky and
you just point to them and try to use your binoculars and see what the tail number is. No, you want to know I track planes? You want to know, Bradford? I don't. I don't track planes.
Your people do.
My people do. I am the Steve Jobs of plane tracking. I delegate. I tell you what I want to know and what I need, and they deliver it to me, and I convey the message to all of you.
You're just the coordinator.
Exactly.
You take all the credit.
I take all the credit.
Well, there's apps out there for this.
Oh, yeah. There's
an
apps
app for it.
But the big key is you have to know how to read the app and what you're looking for in the app. That's the key. So I don't know how to do it. I just trust my guys to do it. And when they send me screenshots, I'm like, that looks good. That makes sense. So I'll go along with that. So that's how I do the plane tracking as well. But once again, folks, in case you're just joining us, because I know this has been a topic and people have gotten after me on Twitter, it's all in fun. It's all in fun. No coach is going to be coming in today on if it's Lane Kiffin, he's not coming in today on a flight that's being tracked from Boca Raton.
On a prop plane with an open cockpit with goggles on and a leather World War II hat on.
Yes, exactly.
Fighter pilot's hat. That's what. That's
nice scarf,
and a scarf around his throat.
Yeah, with like a gunner in the background, like it's doing all that.
That's how it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not happening, folks. This is just.
Do you think they'd announce it like at 9:05 today, right as we go off
exactly
the air?
how this is going to go down.
100%.
When it happens, the release will come out at 9:01.
Yep.
Just to spite us.
Just to spite the morning rush. Well, you know what happens if
you know what we're going to do? Okay. You know what we're going to do when that happens? We're going to go back on the air.
There you go.
I better get overtime for that.
No, you're not getting any overtime.
Well, I mean, it's
part of being on salary.
So that's why you put me on salary.
Yep.
Well, no, that's
shaft on that deal.
No, but that's I actually thought about that, Matty T. I was like, if this were announced, and what would be the worst thing is it gets announced on Friday at 9:05, to where it's like you have to. It's like I know that's going to happen, and I'm just waiting for it. But no, I agree with Tommy. We will make an executive decision. We will have. I'm sorry, folks. I know it's going to kill you inside, but we will have to go in and interrupt the Dan Le Batard show.
Oh no!
I know it's going to kill you. But
and Stugotz.
We're just going to have to bear through it.
They're so hilarious, though.
Oh yeah, but So we got. Well, that will for sure happen on that. So just be looking out for that. We have a few people that have been messaging. David comes on our Facebook live stream. Says he loves us, but he wants to know when we're going to be on the airwaves in Memphis. Yeah, Tommy. When we're going to be on the airwaves in Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah, the big one. The big Memphis.
Whenever they invite us.
Yeah.
We're available.
Maybe we can broadcast from Jerry Lawler's place.
Yeah. What's the place that Elvis grew up in?
Graceland, dude.
I came up with it. Took me a while.
He had a couple of planes. You could, the Lisa Marie.
Yeah, I could borrow them though. But no, we don't know when we're going to be on in Memphis, but we'll work on it.
We'd love to be.
Yeah, we would totally take that. I don't know if there's a big good sized Razorback fan base. I think in Memphis.
Absolutely.
That'd be
absolutely
interested in doing that. So. Anyways, we have a few other text messages coming in via the Cherokee Casino hotline. This one comes from Mitchell in Fort Smith. He says, do y'all know some of the people do y'all know what has some people so excited about Lane Kiffin possibly coming here? He had one good year at USC and a pretty good record in Conference USA. Sorry if I'm a little late to the party, but what is the draw of Lane Kiffin? And, that's actually a good question, because if you do look at his actual results as a head coach at the schools he was at, there's nothing really overwhelming or just like a wow factor. He was at Oakland. As his first head coaching job was at Oakland. That was a disaster. He was at Tennessee for 1 year where they went 6-6 in the regular season and ended up being kind of a weird, as far as the aftermath of them all, being a disaster once he left. He goes to USC, which USC is one of those jobs I don't know how you don't win at, like if you're a good coach. He does have a good year, but he also had sanctions. He had scholarship reductions. He had a lot of things going against him. Not making excuses, just saying it's the reality. So,
did they beat Alabama or nearly beat Alabama?
They nearly beat Alabama. Yeah. That's when they blocked the field goal.
Terrence Cody.
That's right. 12-10 blocked the field
Mountain
goal.
Cody blocked the field. That's right.
Could you imagine if that would have happened? You know how
changed for everything.
Yeah, and I mean that seems like it was ages ago, but that was the time when he was at Tennessee too. So, as far as a head coaching gig, he's done a great job at FAU. Obviously, they got the championship game coming up. So I think people are drawn to Lane Kiffin, not just because of his lack of success as a head coach. I don't think that's what it is. But the Alabama angle, I think, really interests people. He's a coordinator at Alabama under Nick Saban. He's a good recruiter. He's a good offensive mind. And we know what he was able to do at USC as an offense, too. So could he bring in the players at Arkansas is the question.
Percentage chance, 0 to 100, Lane Kiffin ends up being the head coach at Arkansas.
Ooh. Percentage. I always say 30.
Wow.
I was going to say a third.
I was going to go low on it.
I was going to say 33%. I still don't believe. I still believe he is the Kelvin Sampson in this search.
No.
Meaning everybody was just certain, well, as soon as Houston's done in the tournament,
he's going to be the guy.
As soon as their season's over, he'll be the head hog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't happen.
Yeah. I think it's all just trolling. I think if you know Lane Kiffin, he likes to troll a little bit. I think it's all smokescreen. There's way too much smoke to this for it to be real.
They call that a red herring.
And he's got another game to play this weekend. Arkansas needs a coach, and if all things are equal, you take the coach available today. You got to get to recruiting. You got to get. I mean, you're what 15 days from the early signing period. So
got to get cracking.
I think it's less than 50% he's the coach.
Yeah, no, I'm with you too. I think this is all just a smoke screen, but hey, we've been wrong before, but just know that nobody knows anything. Don't trust any posters on social media or any message boards or anything like that. No one knows anything. Just let the process draw itself out. It's been a Toyota Tuesday here on the Morning Rush. Be sure to check out all new 2019 Toyota vehicles at your local Arkansas Toyota dealer, including the Highlander with plenty of room up to 8 people, the stylish new Corolla, the work-ready family tough Tundra, and the Go Anywhere 4Runner. Toyota, let's go places. Of course, today is going to be more plane tracking, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure that I will not make anyone mad or upset, and I'm sure that they will not buy hook, line, and sinker into all the plane tracking. But it's going to be a lot of fun, folks, so just enjoy the coaching search as much as possible. For Tommy Kraft and Maddie T, I am John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody. We will see you then.